Wait, does Twitch have like a character limit? Successfully loaded. Okay, so this is not going to be a disaster. Usually when I stream on Twitch, it's a disaster, but this time I'm streaming it on OBS or Streamlabs, so it's probably not going to be a disaster, but either way, I would like to have a bit of a moment's peace. And gotta promote my Twitch stream though. How do I say this? How am I gonna get a promo on? Like, I'm gonna talk about 8 Passengers real quick, but like, how am I gonna do it though? Like, how am I gonna promote it? 8 Passengers needs to be in prison forever. That's what I'm gonna make it. Ew. Eight Passengers needs to be locked up forever, live on Twitch. And I can't get myself an image going. Okay, fair point. Alright, well, what is up? How's things been? Hold up, I gotta start this shit real quick. Well, good evening, everybody. This is not the expectation you guys were seeing, but yeah, welcome to the channel. Or welcome to the Twitch stream. I'm striked on YouTube, so can't really go live there. So I got a yeah, I've gathered shit up right here that I need to that I want to talk about. So 8 Passengers. Yeah, these people are not good people. So I'm just going to go over what I have listed here. So, yeah, that's what I got. So, Lock Them Up Forever, 8 Passengers edition. Who is 8 Passengers? If you guys don't know who 8 Passengers is, 8 Passengers was a YouTube channel started in 2015 that documented the lives of mom and dad Ruby and Kevin Frank and their 6 children, Sherry, Chad, Abby, Julie, Russell, and Evie. At its peak, it boosted 2.5 million subscribers and was known as one of the most famous or infamous family vlogging channels. So that's 8 Passengers in a nutshell. They are your typical family channel. And that's gotta be gold. So what are we gonna do is I have a bunch of shit listed. That's gotta be gold. Oh shit! I realized I didn't put my shit up here. Fuck. Damn it. Oh well, it's still staying in the stream. Anyways, yeah. So right now I have a bunch of links here. I'm gonna go over every single one of them, and we're gonna watch the disaster that this piece of shit, like, we're gonna go from start to finish. We're gonna go from the origins of 8 Passengers. We're gonna begin, like, which we just did. I just explained who 8 Passengers was. We're gonna go through what the controversies they've been through. We're gonna go through, like, I'm basically gonna go through from start to finish. That's what I'll do. I'll go start to finish, and then at the end of the day, you guys can form your opinion on 8 Passengers. Alright. So, 8 Passengers, as we all know, is a family channel. But recently, they've been into, like, a lot of controversy. To the point. And, so what we have here, I have a YouTube video here. We're gonna, like, pull up every single video here. And, yo, what up? And I have, alright. So what we have here is this one. It's called 8 Passengers' Worst Moments. Oh boy. Shit.
They're gonna think you're torturing him. Stop it. I know you're not, but it looks like you are. Okay, Russell. I'm only gonna say it one.
What the fuck? Jesus.
They're gonna think you're torturing him. Stop it. I know you're not, but it looks like you are. Okay, Russell. I'm only gonna say it one more time, and then you're gonna lose the privilege to eat dinner.
Lose the privilege to eat dinner. What the fuck? Okay. Real quick, just to make it clear. When I was a child, I did lose shit when I was being a bad person or a little shit. But dinner was not one of the shits I lost as a kid. Maybe my phone, maybe my Xbox. Maybe take the phone away for like a week, some shit like that. Yeah, that would work. Or, if you really want to withhold food from your kid, at least take away dessert. Like, if you're so desperate to withhold food from your child, withhold dessert. Make him eat vegetables and shit, and then send him to bed. I mean, that could be a reasonable, but no, you gotta feed your freaking kid. You're stupid.
Chad, what are you doing over there?
Chad.
No texting at the dinner table. No texting.
Where is he at?
What?
Texting at the dinner table. No texting.
Nope.
Where is he at? Let me see it.
I see it.
We should clarify
Is he texting on a flip phone? Golly, man. Prayers up to Chad, bro.
that in our house, all our kids know that cell phones are free game for parents, so we can monitor safety.
Bro, shut your ass up. Okay, I probably hurted your ears there. Bro, shut your bald ass up, bro. Look at you. Hold on.
That
Oh my god. Holy shit. I would not want to be in this position, bro. Holy shit. That's for later.
monitor safety.
Oh, shut your ass up.
Yeah, no kid ever said, "Yay, I'm so glad my parents read my text messages."
Okay, no kid has ever texted me on a flip phone. My bad.
Said no.
What is this? I really like you.
Okay, dude. At least you. Okay, dude. At least, okay, if you want to go through his phone, okay, whatever. At least don't read his text out loud to his siblings are here. Golly. I don't want my siblings knowing I have some. I don't want my siblings knowing that I'm talking to the shotties. Okay, that sounded gay.
Hold on.
I did not say that.
How do you work this stupid phone?
This is what you get for giving your son a stupid flip phone, you fucking bald piece of shit.
The only downside to giving your kids a flip phone is I swear I have to remember how to work it every time I go through it.
Then just don't go through it. That's the proper answer. If you don't know how to work it, don't do it.
Who are you texting?
No one.
Any girlfriend?
Whoa.
This is how my parents react if I ever talk to a girl. Like, not even hit on them, just like actually talk to them like a person. They'd be like, "Is she your girlfriend?" And I'd be like, "God damn it."
I really like you. I saw you in my dreams last night.
Ew, this is cringy. Why are you reading this to me? Why are you filming this? Like, this is some family moment shit. Why would you even film this shit? Also, why would you film it at the dinner table? Like, dinner table is at least a family moment. You're shitting on your son for texting at the dinner table, but you're recording your children. You're making videos at your dinner table. So like, I would text on the dinner table too if dumbass shit if you had a camera pulled out of your ass.
I'm telling you, it's not her, it was her brother. Look, go down. She said, "I'm so sorry, that was my brother."
Did
How
she?
do I
I
go?
saw you in
I saw you in my dreams last night. Okay, this person. Come on, dude. Don't say that shit. That is not gonna help you.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, that was my brother. What is the
Oh, so he didn't even say it. It was the person he's texting that said it.
nature of your relationship with this individual? I mean, there's like 300 texts in here.
Best friends forever.
Do you like her, or do you just like her? Is she a new friend?
Best friends forever.
Really messy. I don't know.
I seen him with her, and he likes her.
Does she like?
He likes her. Why is this? Okay, I'm not gonna say anything because I'm not trying to. I want to upload this VOD on YouTube, and I already have a strike. I have 2 strikes already for bullying and harassment. I don't want a third one, so I will not say anything.
I seen him with her, and he likes her.
And also, I don't know the Twitch rules, so gotta keep it safe.
Does she like you back?
Probably. No, she thinks he's annoying.
Hey, yo, Twitch. You're lucky I'm on Twitch.
My bedroom was taken away for 7 months, and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
Dude, look at him. His bedroom was taken away for 7 months.
Sleeping on a beanbag.
I was sleeping on a beanbag since October, and they gave my room back like 2 weeks ago. Oh, I'll give you the reason why I lost my bedroom. I think so. I think this is the reason. At least this is the reason that's been in my head. It's pretty funny, but now that I look back, I mean, it's pretty depressing.
No, we never told our viewers.
I mean,
Yeah, I woke
this whole entire family is depressing.
Russell up at 2 in the morning and told him that we're going
Wait,
to
wait,
never
wait, wait,
told
wait, wait.
in my head. It's pretty funny, but now that I look back, I mean, it's pretty depressing.
No, we never told our viewers.
Bedroom. I think so. I think this is the reason.
All right, guys, we're gonna listen to the reason why this man's right here just lost his bedroom. Why did the mystery's finally gonna be solved? Why did this guy lose his bedroom? Did he break the law? Did he kill somebody? Did he shoot somebody? Did he get a girl pregnant? Did he break the law? Let's see the nail in the coffin for him.
At least this is the reason that's been in my head. So pretty funny, but now that I look back, I mean, it's pretty depressing.
No, we never told our viewers.
That I woke Russell up at 2 in the morning and told him that we're going to Disneyland and he has to pack. And he got up and made his bed all neatly and then packed all his clothes in a suitcase. And then he walked out the door and I'm like, Russell, he was like, what? And he's all happy. As a
Bro, okay. So this guy was telling his little brother, like, yo, what up, bro? We're going to Disneyland. And then, you know, little bro gets packed up and shit, you know, has sunglasses and all shit. And he was just like packing up.
sunglasses on.
Yeah, you mentioned sunglasses, you see? He was like, he had his sunglasses and shit. He was walking out the door. And as soon as he about to walk out that door, he was like, psych, bitch. We ain't going to no Disneyland. We are never going to Disneyland. We were never going to Disneyland. Now get your ass to bed. And then, yeah, that was that low key W prank. W brother.
Do you think it's funny? Because
And then I walk out.
if
And
you think it's funny, then that was
And he walks out too. That's low key lit.
7 months ago. Maybe you need longer without a bedroom.
Okay, bitch. You shut your ass up! Shut up! Go to the kitchen and make me a f***ing sandwich. Okay, that was a lit too harsh. But, dude, shut your ass up. You just ruined the mood. We were about to have this was literally like a fun time, like where literally everybody was just laughing at, you know how you have those moments with your family, like where you just sit around like the dinner table or sit around like the campfire or sit around like a special event like game night or some shit, where you guys just sit around and then you laugh at like whatever happened. Like, let's say, oh, remember that time where Bob decided to, like, you know, kicked Bob Jr. in the balls, and then they all just laugh at that moment? That was literally that moment, and then she decided to just ruin it.
it was not funny.
Russell got the big bedroom and Chad got the smaller bedroom. And
Smallest.
Russell's bigger bedroom also had a bathroom. But what you guys didn't know was Chad didn't get any room. He didn't get anything. He was sleeping on the floor in the family room. Abby
Bro, what the fuck? Why are you flexing that? Why are you like, that's like, oh yeah, I took my son's room. He got no bed, and he's literally sleeping on the ground, boys and girls. That's not a flex. that is not a flex. Like, why are you saying shit like this? Holy shit, I did not expect how insane this woman is.
we took the phone away from Abby
November.
in November.
When was this video uploaded?
And
I just don't know why.
you may never get the phone back.
Probably not.
Now I have no friends.
You can play with friends.
No, like I don't have friends.
I don't have friends either.
I literally like told my friends I'm not hanging out with them anymore.
It's because they're
They say some pretty messed up stuff.
I don't even know where they live. They're pretty far away.
So
Dude, how fucking sad is that? Bro, she's literally expressing how she has no friends. And she's literally expressing how she has, like, no friends and shit. And that she doesn't know where they live. Which, it's not because of them. Let's say this. It's not because of them. I believe it's not, and it's not because of them. It's not their fault that they don't have friends. They seem like normal and cool kids. They seem normal and cool. But it's just their fucking mom is just a total douchebag that films everything for the whole entire world to see, to where the freak I don't know how to explain this, where kids at school would probably pull up the 8 Passengers YouTube channel and then just either shit on their kids for it, be like, oh yeah, I saw you on YouTube, I saw that you literally had your period on YouTube, ha ha, you're so gay. Like, that stuff, like, that's so fucking sad to just think about.
So, summer goal, become the best athlete I possibly can.
If you cut one more thing in my house, I'm going to take the scissors, look at me, and I'm going to cut its head off.
Jesus. What did she cut? Like, okay. To all the 8 passengers A-loggers out there. Wait, what did she cut? Wait, what did she cut though? Like I need like a bunch of context for here. Like, I'm not trying to justify this mom's behavior cuz again, this mom's a douchebag, but what did she cut that warrant her to be like, if you cut this something else, I swear to God, I will cut this little toys off. Like, what did she cut? Did she cut her sister's hair? Is that why she's like threatened to cut her toy? Did she cut the window? Or like the blinds? Did she cut the shower curtains? What did she cut?
So what are you gonna do?
Are you gonna cut anything else? No.
You promise? Look at Mama. I just
Oh God, that hurt my ears.
got a text message from Eve's teacher, and she said that Eve did not pack a lunch today, and can I bring a lunch over to the school? This happens quite often when you're raising children, because
Yo, can you hear me right now? Okay, I think my audio is good. Yeah, sorry, I had to take a little break. I had to, focus the audio. All right, let's just run it back.
from Eve's teacher, and she said that Eve did not pack a lunch today, and can I bring a lunch over to the school? This happens quite often when you're raising children, because I know that her teacher is uncomfortable with her being hungry and not having a lunch.
Like what? Like as a teacher should be comfortable with.
And it would ease her discomfort if I came to the school with
It's
lunch.
not a discomfort. It's just a concern. Like she actually cares for this fucking kid. She cares about this kid more than you do. What do you mean it's like uncomfortable? Like this is some uncomfortable shit that you're on? No. It's because like this teacher cares about this child more than your dumbass will ever will.
Lunch. But I responded and just said, Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch. So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry.
Damn. Wait, who is the child again?
When you're I bring a lunch over. She said that Eve did not pack a lunch.
Evie, okay. We're gonna do some research here. Let's try Eve. See if the okay. Let's see if the comments please make some sense into me. Okay, well there's oh god too. Imagine giving your child a flip phone. Not only that. Oh, don't. Okay. Imagine giving your child a flip phone. Not only that, but read his text messages out loud so he could get embarrassed. And he didn't get a bedroom for 7 months. And Eve, who is 6 years old, has to make and pack her lunch for herself. Then, when she forgets to do it, she gets to starve. She gets to fucking starve, guys. Nice going, nice going. It's totally nice going. If you couldn't tell, I was sarcastic.
Today and but I responded and just said, Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch. So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry.
She told the teacher that? She told the teacher that? Wait a minute. Couldn't the teacher... Wait, hold on, time out. Wait a minute. She told the teacher that? Or that the child's responsible for her own lunch? Wait. couldn't the teacher report that shit to like authorities or CPS or some shit like that? And if she didn't, wouldn't the teacher be in deep shit? Like legally? Like, could the teacher done something about it? Because she told the teacher that she's responsible for her lunch and that she's not gonna bring her shit. So like, couldn't the teacher has done? Could the teacher have done something legally about it? Like, reported her to like the police or some like reported her? And if she didn't, wouldn't she be in deep shit? That's just an up in the air question.
And hopefully nobody gives her food and nobody steps in and gives her a lunch.
Well, hopefully they did. Well, hopefully somebody did actually step in and give her a lunch, because a 6-year-old's got to eat.
I'm gonna explain the rules to this.
7?
We're done.
Julie, stop. We need to go homework.
Why is it all quiet?
So you're all like, what? I have your attention now? Is that it? You're all gonna listen?
Why are they all wearing orange?
If you have something in the bag that you would like out, you can pay cash for
Dude, this is literally a prison.
You have something in the bag that you would like out, you can pay cash for it. So you learn the value of your items. Or
What?
you can give what? Dad, I'll let you take the conversation from here.
You can do an equivalent value chore.
What the fuck's an equivalent value chore? What does that mean? Like, the dishes? Laundry? Backyard work? What is the equivalent?
To get it back.
What's it?
And whatever
Dude, even the kid is asking what is the equivalent value chore. They were about to ask it.
isn't claimed by the end of the day goes in the garbage.
Motherfucker, it's already the end of the day. It's like, look, it's dark. Look at this. It's dark outside. It's technically already the end of the day. So, you mean to tell me that these kids have like what? Maybe like a couple hours to like do either an equivalent value chore or straight up pay this woman. With what cash? Do these kids have jobs? Like, what cash do they have in order to pay your dumb ass? Actually, aren't they paying you? They're literally your slaves here, dude. Don't you get like millions of views? Don't you get millions of dollars off you filming every single moment of their life? So they technically already paid you. You're literally living that life. So why? What the fuck, dude? Like, what the fuck? Hold on. I'm having god damn it, I'm having another brain fart moment, but like, dude, that's insane. Freaking, if I was in this family household and she went on some bullshit like, if you don't pay, if you eat, and like my favorite toys in there or some shit, and she was like, you can either do an equivalent value chore or you can pay me with cash. I'm gonna straight up sneak in like at 3 a.m. just to like steal it. That's what I would do, dude. Or I can take it out, or I can just pick it from the garbage. I don't care. I'll just take it out of the garbage. There was this one moment where I just left my, there was this one moment where I just dig in the trash to find some shit. I would dig in the trash for my things back. That's literally a life hack there. Jesus Christ. That was awful. Alright. Oh god, the next one's a TikTok. Alright, here we have a TikTok. Oh god, what is this clip? Alright, here is more. Alright, here's some more bad. Here's more shit moments from Ruby.
We're gonna go see Despicable Me 3.
That movie sucked, by the way.
But before we do, I'm gonna make sure these kids have something good to eat. So, Boston.
Oh wow, she's actually feeding kids. She's actually feeding her kids.
Get in line. Everyone get in line. Here we go. You get back there.
So we're gonna go.
I love that I can talk to my nephews that way. Get in line.
What the fuck?
I can talk to my nephews that way. Get in line. Here we go. You get back there.
So we're gonna go.
I love that I can talk to my nephews that way. Get in line.
How do you know that you're allowed to talk to your nephews that way? What if your sister was like, excuse me, bitch? What if your sister was like, hey, you don't talk to my son or daughter that way? What is Ruby gonna do now? Be like, oh, fuck you.
Now go back to the back of the line.
Jesus Christ, this mom's a... Dude, if this person was my aunt or some shit, I would literally laugh if she tells me to get in line. If she was like, get in line. Dude, I would literally burst out laughing.
Get in line. Now go back to the back of the line.
Okay, at least give them all an individual banana. Like, godly, do you really hate kids that much that you're just gonna feed them all one banana?
Now go back to the back of the line. Make sure you're
Oh god, this person's a Discord mod.
all through with your banana. Everyone take a second to swallow it.
And she's filming all this.
Worried about Cody because you can't.
Okay. That's another 8-passenger shit moment. How about this one? What's this one? Honestly, the worst. The clip of Ruby's abuse. Honestly, the worst clip of Ruby's abuse / power trip, in my opinion. Alright, what's this clip right here?
Win.
We
Go win.
we are going to a movie, so go get on your shoes.
Why is she so mad? Why is she so mad? She's acting like she's told this kid like a... Okay, dude, I think I need more context here. Okay, maybe I don't need the context, but like, I'm just gonna say it anyways. Like, did she tell her multiple times to get on her shoes and she just didn't listen? Cause is she like, we're going somewhere, and then she's like, okay, and then she just repeated it multiple times, but she didn't do it? Not justifying it, but like, what?
We are going
Win. Go win.
we are going to a movie, so go get on your shoes.
What is that? What?
Does it even matter if someone asks
Fucking yes, it matters. If you're taking me to the movies and you're making me watch fucking Little Mermaid, I'm not watching that shit. Fuck that shit. I ain't watching that shit. Fuck that. If you're making me watch, if it's like fucking Transformers or some shit, I'd be like, okay, cool.
asked me if I wanted to go to a movie, I wouldn't ask what is it. Run and get your shoes or you're gonna not go. Hurry! Everyone run!
And she just made her child cry.
Hey!
Okay, the music in the background's bothering me. I don't know. Did she put that music or was it a TikTok sound effect?
This is Ruby. I was wondering, is Brooke available to babysit?
Sorry.
Brooke.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. What a good idea for spring break.
Mom, I'm really sorry.
Well, good. I will call
Why'd you just turn the camera around? Like, this is like... Is this scripted? I gotta ask.
her again. Tell her I will call her
This looks scripted, in my opinion. The way she's just, like, turning the camera.
again. Okay, have fun. Bye. Babysitter's not available.
Nobody wants to talk to your dumbass, Ruby.
I am not taking Eve, unless you come and give me a huge apology.
For fucking what? For what? Asking what movie you want to watch? What do I apologize for? Like, if I was even if I stay right now, what do I even apologize for? We're going. What am I apologizing for? We're taking too long to get ready for a movie that I don't even know what to watch? For asking what movie I'm watching? I mean, to be fair, I would go even if it's like a shit movie that I don't want to watch, but like, still. What the actual hell?
You can give me a hug and you can say you're sorry. No, again, where I
She did, and you pointed the camera towards her, so she already did.
pay attention.
I mean, you did pay attention. You literally flickered the camera towards her. Just keep in mind, guys, she filmed all this shit, and she rewatched the footage, and she decided to put it on YouTube.
It was not very thankful of you. I was excited and I told you to go get on your shoes and your jacket to see a movie. And you should say, okay, and be grateful. Instead of, well, what movie? Well, I don't know. Let me think about it.
Well, I don't know how to juggle this. Okay, what am I saying?
That's not very grateful, and I'm not going to take a girl who's
Grateful. I don't know if that's. I don't know how to juggle this without looking like a complete dumbass, but if she's like not appreciative of it, I'm not sure. I
not
can't.
grateful.
I can't do
Can you
it.
show some more gratitude?
What is
Okay.
gratitude?
Give me a big hug. Go get a jacket. It'll be a little chilly.
Thanks for inviting me to the movie.
Oh, I'm glad you had a change of.
Hey, she said thank you at least. That had me happy. That had something. Okay, what's this one? Didn't I already see this?
Go win.
Yeah, I already saw this one. God damn it. Ruby takes an hour.
Cleaning the sink.
Ruby takes an hour shower before taking Sherry to the hospital.
I'm cleaning the countertops. Mopping the floor. I'm stalling. I think I'm
You're stalling? What are you stalling? Taking your daughter to the goddamn hospital?
ready now. I think I'm ready to leave. I put on a little bit of lip gloss and that will be as much stalling as
Okay, you don't need lip gloss just to take your freaking kid to the goddamn hospital. Who do you think you are? The Kardashians?
I'll go. And so she woke up this morning and she's like, Mom, my vision is really blurry. Like, more blurry than it usually is.
She needs glasses.
Kevin just came in. He's like, I think we need to take Sherry to the emergency room.
Oh
I said,
shit, this is serious. My bad.
well, let me take a shower and then I'll be out. It's been an hour, so
Jesus Christ. What do you want to do? Kill your child? Because at that rate, that's where you're going. Alright, finally we got a YouTube video.
I'm only going to say it one more time, and then you're going to lose the privilege to eat
We
dinner.
already saw this one.
My bedroom was my room. Now I look in the morning bed. I'll be like,
Alright, let me look for new clips.
Big bed. But when he made friends, you know where to take the scissors. Look at me. And I'm going to cut its head off.
Grandma, let me so.
Dude, I'm already seeing... Dude, what's the point of this clip, this video? I've already seen this one. Alright, let me watch another one. Actually, wait, there's more. What the fuck?
Food, and nobody steps in and gives her a lunch.
You're going to pass on the sucker?
I've had enough brownie for lunch.
A sucker.
Once you hit 99 pounds, you don't need any suckers anymore. You're too old. You're too big.
You know, what if she's just talking about her age? When she meant big. Okay, I can't dance around this. This is fucked.
He's to bed maybe like once every 8 months. Like, it's been a very long time since she wet the bed. I was like, oh, darn it, that's all right. Just go sleep on the floor in the bathroom.
What the hell?
I have been a masterful
Okay, yeah, this person.
manipulator. I have manipulated using sex. I've manipulated using external rewards.
Is that why you have 6 kids?
I have wanted something, and I'm going to get it no matter.
Sorry to tell you this, honey, but unless you find a friend who's willing to share some of their food with you, I don't think you're going to be able to eat. But if you're not responsible for your lunch and your lunch money, that's the natural consequence. and I'm really sorry you're learning this the hard way. I will have a wonderful, yummy snack. Just hang in there today and just make up your mind. You're going to be really careful and make sure you grab your stuff when you go
Why
to school.
couldn't she take the lunch to school? Is this the same video where she said she hopes nobody gives her food?
Next time. And maybe you have
Because this is a whole different attitude.
a good friend who will share some of their sandwich with you or something. Russell, I'm really sorry. He sounded like he was going to cry.
Have a hot tub in
Maybe you should have taken him dinner.
my backyard, and because it's in my home and it's on my property and I paid for it, it's under my jurisdiction. I have stewardship over that hot tub, and so I get to decide the types of bathing suits people wear when they're in that hot tub. I don't get to go
What?
to the city pool and decide that. I don't get to walk around and say, that's not appropriate. I don't want that swimming suit. I don't get to do that because it's public property. It's a public pool. I do get to decide what comes into my home. And I have decided.
Wouldn't this make more sense in a public pool? Because there's a lot of like EDP 445s out there than in your private pool. Wouldn't it make more sense to do that in the public pool? Not tell everybody else, but tell your own kids like, hey, you should wear this or this or this, so a bunch of EDP 445s don't look at you.
Decided there's no bikinis. And so if someone
California girls, blah 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 blah, bikinis on top.
comes over with a bikini, they are invited to put on something else or to leave. A year ago, my daughter was saying her prayers. Eve, she was 6 years old at the time. And she was saying her
The same age where you denied her food.
prayers, and she said the cutest thing. I thought it was so cute. And I started laughing. She said, "Dear Heavenly Father, please help me to survive." And I thought it was so cute, and it just took me off guard, and I kind of giggled
Who the hell is this?
a little. That was an experience for her, and she melted. She melted. She was angry, and she started crying.
Maybe because she's scared of your dumb ass. That's probably why. Alright, what's this one? This is a YouTube short.
My broom back like 2
Oh god.
weeks ago. I gave Julie
Ew, what the fuck? Wait, no.
my broom back like 2 weeks ago.
Ew, what the fuck?
I gave Julie a tongue lashing that will not ever be repeated nor recorded.
What the fuck is a tongue lashing? Wait, what is a tongue lashing? Let's do some live research. I'm tired of asking what the definition of something is, but not being able to like... How do you spell tongue? T-U-N-G? Fuck. Okay, now I just look stupid. Tongue lashing. What is the definition of tongue? Tongue lashing, an occurrence in which someone Tongue lashing, an occurrence in which someone speaks in a very angry and critical way to someone who has done something wrong. What did this child do wrong? I need more fucking context. What did she do wrong?
My broom back like 2 weeks ago.
I gave Julie a tongue lashing.
A tongue lashing. Like, what did she do wrong that warranted a tongue lashing? That
Will not ever be repeated nor recorded.
That will not ever be repeated nor recorded. But you recorded that you did give her that lashing.
I'm only gonna say it one more time, and then you're gonna lose the privilege to eat dinner.
My bedroom was taken away for 7 months, and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think your viewers.
Dude, this is hurting my ears so badly.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October, and they gave my broom back like 2 weeks ago.
I gave.
Ew. Oh wait, we already saw this. Okay. Anyways, oh yeah. By the way, I'm going to get to this person in a minute. This person right here, shout out to this person. This person has been A-logging the shit out of Ruby Frank and the 8 Passengers. DJ LL Reacts YT became a follower. Thank you for the follow. Anyways, that person that I just mentioned, that person has been A-logging the shit out of this whole Ruby 8 Passengers shit. And holy hell. Like, golly. Like, I don't know how she does it. Alright. Well, we just got into the worst of 8 Passengers. Now we're going to get into something a little bit more. We're going to go into something different. Connections. So, earlier this year, Ruby decided to join this company called Connections, where they say here you get to learn to successfully navigate life and relationships by Jody Hildebrandt. This person will be important soon. MS and life educator. So Ruby decided to collaborate with this person called Jody Hildebrandt on the, I don't know, there's something on Facebook too. They are on Facebook too. Hold on, let me, holy shit, please, okay. Let me go to something where I can't dox myself. They also have this little Facebook group, which I'm in that like, I know Marky, and the YouTuber called Marky joins that Facebook group. I'm also in this Facebook group. Don't ask how I joined, because, oh shit, don't ask how I joined, but yes, I'm in this Facebook group. Okay, how am I gonna do this without fucking doxing myself? Fuck. Can I do this? Shit. Okay, yeah, I can do it here. Alright, let me just do this. Alright, so this is the Moms of Truth Facebook group page. As you can see, it's a private group. Oh shit, god damn it. Fuck. Okay, this was a bad idea. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna edit this shit a bit. But yeah, Ruby has... Yeah, they've been posting a fuck ton of shit, but recently they're like deleting shit. Maybe because they don't like want to get themselves into like in even more deeper shit than they already are. But yeah, this Facebook group is fucked. Connections is also fucked. Connections is like this life coaching thing, like where I guess you get relationship advice from them. Personally, I suggest you guys not get relationship advice from these assholes. I think they suck. You should not get relationship advice. And your life will be much better if you visit a real therapist. Anyways, let's react to the worst of Connections.
In this home, you don't get personal.
Okay, let's react to the worst of Connections by Helmet Chuck Videos.
In this home, you don't get personal space. Because this is my space. Because I'm the parent. If you want your own personal space, you'll need to get your own space. This is mine. And as long as you're living in my home, it is my job to know everything about you. You don't get to sneak, you don't get to hide, you don't get to have secrets.
Ruby Doo is the parent.
Not in my house. Do you see how loving that is? Now, if you're in distortion, you're reeling right now.
I mean, that's just... I don't get it.
If you're in distortion, you're ready to pull your hair out right now. You're ready to...
I mean, my hair is not that long enough to get pulled out.
Scream. So think about how that...
Okay, well, that just cut out quickly. All right. We have another one right here. It's another TikTok. Ruby Frankie left
And
her...
we lived in a townhouse, and there were a lot of stairs that went up to my bedroom.
Shut up, please. Ruby left her 3 and 5-year-old downstairs while she napped. Then got upset when her 3-year-old got pineapple and made a mess. All right, let's see this shit.
And we lived in a townhouse, and there were a
Jesus Christ, this is 4 minutes.
lot of stairs that went up to my bedroom, and the family room was down a long flight of stairs. And I put my 2 children, my almost 6-year-old, she's probably 5, and then Chad, my 3, almost 4-year-old, on a couch, and I put on a movie, and I said, I am going to go lay down. Do not move from your couch. You got your blanket. You've gone to the bathroom.
Why don't you just take them upstairs with you? Or why don't you just stay downstairs with them? Why don't you sleep with them? Okay, that sounded out of context. That was terrible. Why didn't you just take them upstairs with you and just maybe do what you needed to do upstairs? Why didn't you just lay down with them in the room? Because you can't leave a 3 and 5-year-old all alone downstairs. They're not capable of shit.
Bathroom, the doors were locked and bolted, and I said, I'm going to go lay down. I'm going to lay your sister down for a nap, the baby, and I'm going to go lay down. And when I come down, I will get some lunch for everybody, or a snack, or whatever it was. So they were fed, they were full, they were emptied, and so I thought, okay, everything's good. And I made it very clear. I said, do not, under any circumstance, go into the kitchen. Do not go into the kitchen. You just stay right there and watch the movie for an hour. And I went upstairs and laid down.
Okay.
And an hour later, I came downstairs, and the movie was still going, and they were sitting on the couch, and they were cuddled in their blankets. I thought, oh, good. They did what they were told. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so relieved. Okay, so I went into the kitchen to start preparing some food. And as I
Ruby preparing food for her kids? That's a first.
Walked on the floor. My feet went... They stuck. They stuck. I'm like, my foot is stuck to the floor. And as I lifted my foot up off the floor, it went...
The fuck?
Like you could hear the stickiness. I could hear it with my ears. I thought, oh my gosh, what is on this floor? And I took another step, and my foot stuck and went like it was like just sticking on the floor. And I thought, what is this? So I did what any mother would do. You know what I'm going to say, young moms? I knelt down on the floor and I smelt it, and I couldn't quite tell. And I stuck my tongue out and I licked the floor. I'm like,
dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? Wait a minute.
Smelt it, and I couldn't quite tell. And I stuck my tongue out and I licked the floor. I'm like, and I licked the floor. I'm like,
you licked the floor. What if the thing you're licking is poison ivy? Like, what if what if the thing you were licking was like piss or something that kills you? I mean, I wouldn't care because this person's a cunt, but like, no person's gonna relate to that shit.
This is pineapple juice. What in the world? How did pineapple juice get on the floor? And everywhere I walked, my foot stuck to the floor. And I thought, what? How? I'm trying to put the pieces together. Like, what happened? So I called my 2 kids and I said, come here. And they came over and I said, do you guys know why this floor is sticky? No, we don't know. And I said, this floor was absolutely clean before I went upstairs. I went upstairs for an hour and I came down.
It was spotless.
And now it is covered. There is something that's going on, and one of you, or both of you, knows something and you're not telling me. And I'm going to stand here until you do. And my son said, I know why it's sticky. I said, oh, and why is that? Well, I thought I cleaned it up, but I guess I didn't. Him saying this in his, 3 or 4-year-old vocabulary. He showed me that in the fridge there was a big Tupperware of pineapple with some juice in it. And he said, I went into the kitchen and I got the Tupperware of pineapple and I opened it to get some pineapple and it spilled and went everywhere. And I hurried and picked up all the pieces of pineapple. And then he showed me, he said, I got a paper towel and I cleaned up all of the mess and put the lid on and put it in the fridge so it didn't look like there was anything wrong. Well, you as anybody older than 4 years old knows that if you have pineapple juice and you take a paper towel and you soak up the pineapple juice, you're not actually cleaning the pineapple juice. You're just...
No, the fuck they don't. The 4-year-old is gonna think, if I just run a paper towel through it, it will be fine. If I just rub a napkin all over it and just spread it around and just make a bigger mess, it'll be fine. No, what the fuck? No 4-year-old's gonna know that shit. No 3-year-old's gonna know that shit. Also, 3-year-old, by the way, good effort into at least cleaning up the mess you made. That's some W effort. But this fucking mom Ruby is a complete retard.
Just making it look like there's no pineapple juice. And so I looked at him, and here's where the compassion comes in, and I hope that you can hear it.
What?
I said, that's a good thing that you told me that what you have done, and you didn't clean it up. You didn't actually clean it up, and that was dishonest. So I'm telling...
Dude, he's a fucking 3-year-old. Give him some slack.
Telling him the truth. You said you would not go into the kitchen, and you did. I told you under no circumstance are you to get off the couch.
Oh my god. Are you really that bitchy, dude?
Ouch. And you did. And I told you I would be feeding you as soon as I come down.
Yeah, but your dumbass took too long to feed my ass. I'm a 3-year-old, bitch. I need to eat. And your dumbass took too long with, I don't know what the fuck you were doing up there, but you took too damn long to feed my ass, so I fed myself. You piece of shit.
And you felt entitled to go take. You felt entitled to take what was in the fridge.
Dude, you're making this 3-year-old seem like he's like the devil.
And eat it. And then you made a mess. And then you tried hiding it by lying.
Oh my god. Okay, well, that was the worst. So, there's the worst of connections there. Oh, we have another one. Another video. Oh god.
Do you think... Hello, friends. Welcome to...
Shut the fuck.
Each of us will account to God for how we protected kids.
I think that video, for context, that video where she's crying over apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur, got the whole club looking at her. Jessica, did you sleep with your goddamn teacher? What? Did you sleep with your teacher? No, I did. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. You're a fucking slut. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You know what? You're out of the house. Okay.
Was a hugely disconnected, selfish, aggressive, neglectful mother. Entitled. I wanted my kids to be a neglectful mother. Entitled.
I mean, you still are a neglectful, entitled, disgraced mother.
I wanted my kids to be happy, which AKA translated into, I want my kids to get off my back. Because I want to do what I want to do. I want to be able to go to Target. I want to be able to shop. I want to be able to have a moment of silence where I can just think. It was all about me. And I
mean, it's still about you with this stupid connection shit.
Made my kids responsible for that. I have been full-time. You wonder where I've been on my vlogs. You wonder why I left YouTube.
Why'd you leave YouTube, bitch?
It's to save my kids. No amount of money. I'm telling you, I was making millions. And I left it because my kids were being hurt. With entitlement, they were being hurt. With people's advice, and they didn't have a mother up the front saying, I don't care what the world's opinion is. This is the truth, and this is where I stand. And fortunately, I had a chance. I had them.
Dude, who the fuck's this bitch?
In my home long enough to do it, and I'm not going to lose them. They're seeing truth, they're accepting truth, they're loving truth.
Dude, this is so sad to watch. She's going off on like, I'm not losing my kids for this shit. I'm not going to lose everything. I'm not going to hurt my kids no more. And now that she's in jail, looking back at this is sad.
And so this is my passion, is to invite you to stand in truth and put your opinions to the side for a minute.
My opinions are on the side, and I believe you're a piece of shit.
Because your kids are the target of distortion.
Okay. Where's Tell My Chuck Jr.? Okay.
We need you. We love you.
You don't love me.
We know what power exists.
Okay, I'm gonna get into this Jody Hildebrandt person in a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something about Jody Hildebrandt, which you probably don't know, but this is what I just found out recently. Jody Hildebrandt is a master manipulator, and she would literally do anything in her power to make things her way. Like, there was this one time where she was charging like a guy $1,000 for counseling because she was a therapist at the time, or I think she's still a therapist, but like, not anymore. She's in fucking prison, but like, she is like in. So like, when she was a therapist, she would like charge people like $1,000 a session, and then when the guy questions her therapy session, she's all like, or when he like leaves when he threatens to like leave her therapy sessions, he's like, no bitch, you need this shit now. I am going to literally this Jody Hill person, like, if you even question her like morals and shit, she's gonna she's gonna do everything in her power to like ruin your life. Like, she's going to like literally go to, like, she's gonna go to your, like, I think I remember, from what I remember clearly, she's gonna tell his church, he's gonna tell his job, he's gonna tell like everybody that he has like some porn addiction, which turns out that he probably didn't have a porn addiction, and that he's going to like ruin his life for the worst. Like, he's like a scumbag, he's a porn addict. And she won't give two fucks. Like, oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm just realizing that this person, Jody Hildebrandt, is a master manipulator. And she's a huge menace. Like, she's an absolute menace. And honestly, goddamn, lock the key, lock her up, throw the key away and never ever let her out. Because this is someone that, Jody Hildebrandt is somebody, in my opinion, she deserves like the death penalty. I'm gonna say it straight. Okay, I'm going a little too hard here, but Jody Hildebrandt, I don't know, I'd be furious at this. I would be furious. Like, if this ever happened to me, like, if my life was ruined over some dumbass therapist that is a piece of shit, I would literally be filled with fucking anger because of the amount of lives this bitch has ruined. Thank God hers is like ruined forever.
And we want you to be here. So please, humble yourself.
What is with this music in the background?
Become curious about what we're saying.
I'm curious, and I am becoming curious in what you're saying. What the fuck do you mean?
If you start getting reactionary, stop yourself and say, stop. Jennifer, stop. Rachel, stop. What is...
Jennifer, Rachel, stop. Stop listening to this bitch, please.
What are they trying to say to me? What am I not hearing? Why am I want to fight them? That's your distortion. That's what comes up in me. Anytime I want to fight someone, I'm like, stop, Jody, stop. Why am I getting so reactionary here? Like, there's no threat here. There's no threat. What's going on? The threat that I say is not here, the real threat is inside me.
I love principles
Okay, well, that took a long time to say.
more than my child. Yikes! That's a really, and that is the truth.
That is the truth.
She just
Who told you that?
Just know she's getting
really, and
Wait, what
that
is she
is
saying the end here?
what power exists inside. We need you. Humble yourself. Become curious about what we're saying. If you start getting reactionary, what are they trying to say to me? What am I not hearing? Why am I want to fight?
You know, as she says all this shit, her kids are probably locked in the basement with their hands cuffed together and not allowed to walk out until they say so. Couldn't find the perfect moment to say that.
getting a hit by not, and that is the truth.
That is the truth.
She just knows she's getting a hit
Ruby giving advice to a mom whose daughter stopped eating.
by not eating, and she's getting a hit by lying about it. And you are so easily fooled that you go along with it. So what you need to do is get big and say, no, I know exactly what's going on here. I will not be lied to. And then her world needs to get really, really small. I don't know if she's involved in a friend group. I don't know if she's part of you said she's not part of sports. I don't know if she's part of any extracurricular
Football.
group. I don't know if she's doing after school things. I don't know what
Hey, yo, shout out to the Dallas Cowboys for absolutely beating the ever-living shit out of the New York Giants. That was just beautiful. I loved every single second of it.
she's involved
Anyways.
in. But you need to know more about where your daughter is. You need to know who she's around. You need to know what other influences are coming into her life. I would get her off of the smartphone, off of the phone, off of the internet.
Dude, I don't think dude, if she just stops eating, the internet's probably not a problem. Like, I don't think the internet is gonna, maybe to some people get eating disorders because they look at fucking Kim Kardashian, they see how skinny she or how, quote, sexy she looks, and then, end quote, and then she's gonna be like, oh my god, I want to be like Kim, and then just stop eating. Therefore, that part, you can probably say some people do get eating disorders off the internet, but not all the eating disorders come from the internet, Ruby, you fucking dumbass.
Because all of those are sources that endorse and enable and encourage the lack of eating. They are sources of
They
distortion.
don't encourage the lack of eating, Ruby. Some people don't even... Nobody on the internet would encourage lack of eating. They would... Like, that's something they developed themselves. That's a problem they already had. That's just not an internet thing.
Distortion and lust. Your daughter is being very controlling. This is a control issue. She's trying to control her identity. She's trying to control her pain. She's trying to control
Oh god, I'm dizzy.
her who she is. She's so lost, and that would cause pain.
I'm lost in this video, dude. Insanity in the membranity. Alright, so Ruby joins this connections page, you know, all the shit's going down. Until this. Sherry, the oldest 8-passenger. Sherry, the oldest 8-passenger, has cut off Ruby. Like, her and Ruby are no more. Hold on, let me just... Yeah, so, as this connection shit grew and so Ruby and Jody and Kevin, and who's the husband, and the fucking daughter, they all were in this connection shit. And as the connection shit grew more and more and more, Sherry, the oldest daughter, has decided to be like, has probably saw the light and said, you know what? Fuck it. And then she just left the connection shit. What the fuck's going on with Michael Alberto? Why is Michael Alberto shitting on lyrics? The fuck? Okay, whatever. Oh shit.
Spoke about connections, mums of truth, 8 passengers, whatever you want to call it.
Don't zoom into their faces.
And let me tell you, that's for good reason. And no, it's not because they stopped spewing the shite they were spewing before and they've improved and kind of realised what they were doing was wrong. That definitely isn't the case. But in fact, it's the opposite. It's the fact that they've carried on spewing the same shite they've been spewing the whole time. They've been speaking out against gay people, trans people, saying if people are suicidal, it's their fault and they should take some responsibility, and just all the other shite they were spewing the whole time. And to be honest, just didn't want to speak about it anymore. Like, there's only so many times I can react to the same horrible people saying the same horrible things and giving my opinions because, I mean, let's be honest here, my opinions aren't exactly going to change. So I kind of just stopped speaking to them because I was like, you know what, the situation's not going to change. But that wasn't until a couple of days ago, because Shari Frank, who is actually Ruby Frank's daughter, has spoke out in a podcast about the whole situation.
Dude, it's insane that her daughter's even exposing this fucking dumbass podcast.
And why she stopped speaking to her mother. Now, if you remember, Shari actually spoke out against her family a few months ago in quite a vague Instagram post, just kind of saying that she doesn't agree with what her mother is doing and that she's going to kind of keep a distance from her. But she never really gave much detail. It was just kind of a statement she put on her Instagram story in text form, but this is an actual podcast where she's speaking with her own mouth, talking about her own experience with this whole situation, and yeah, let's give it a listen, shall we? But before we do that, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider it, because I'm trying to hit 400k, and if you look on the bright side, once I hit that number, I'll stop bugging you about it. It's a win-win.
Stop bugging me about it, dude. You have 400k.
How was it growing up being on camera all the time? Because it's a lot, right?
Yeah, so I started being on camera. I should remember the exact age. I was like 12, maybe 13-ish.
12?
Motherfucker, okay.
Fucking hell, like, honestly, these family channels really do start young, don't they? And even though that is ridiculously young to be on camera 24/7 and just kind of taken away from your childhood, I feel like nowadays, that's actually quite old compared to a lot of family channels. Like, we genuinely see vloggers giving birth and within the next few weeks, they've already got their kid on camera 24/7. Like, it's actually getting insane.
I thought it was strange at first,
insane.
honestly. I was like, this is weird. Like, we take a camera with us everywhere. And
Oh, was that like legit?
It's almost like the camera's a family member.
like, we took a camera when we'd go on vacations. We'd film going to the store. We'd just, like, always kind of film everything. But over the years, like, I got used to it more. It's like, yeah, this is like our job.
This is like our job, she says, at the age of 12. Well, I guess she said she realised it was a job within a few years, but she had been on camera since she was 12 and then realised, oh, actually, when I'm on camera, this is me working. Which I think goes without saying, shouldn't be the case.
We pay for vacations. This is how we get to do fun stuff. Like, you don't love it every day, but you do it because it's work.
Fucking hell, this is actually
Oh
so
my
sad.
God.
And you know...
Dude, she was literally living that adult life at age 12. What the fuck? When I was 12 years old, I was playing fucking... What was I doing at 12? I was playing fucking Angry Birds plushes, I guess. Doing, you know, Angry Birds shit. Watching YouTube. Playing video games. Not this gay shit.
We have said this in the past in so many other videos that, like, you really are just kind of making your kids work if you're vlogging them 24/7 and that's how you make money. But then you'll hear these family channels being like, oh no, it's okay, they love it, they think it's great and all this stuff, when clearly we've just seen here, prime example, someone who was involved in a family channel saw it as work and she said that she didn't love it all the time. So maybe, just maybe, we should probably just let kids be kids and not put them on camera and feel like they're working at the age of 12.
Did that ever get hard?
That is such
like
W.
being in the limelight all the
Yeah,
time.
it got hard, especially
growing up.
Yeah, growing up. And then I feel like as I got older, people got like meaner in the comments.
Yeah, see, this is one of the many problems.
Oh yeah, that's kind of fucked. Yeah, that's kind of fucked. People low-key comment weird shits. And yeah, this is also another fucked up part in this community. 8 Passengers has a bunch of 8 Passengers is a family channel. A bunch of family channels get this a lot. They probably get mean comments about, like, a bunch of dicks making fun of children. Which, don't say I make fun of children. Because I don't. Maybe I might have said shut the fuck up here and there, but I kind of stopped myself from it. Why did I say it? Okay, I just made myself look 10 times worse than I already was. But, like, no, I wasn't doing shit. Besides... Okay, anyways. Yeah, so there are people in the comments being, you know, assholes. And there's also EDP445s in the comments. That's something you gotta watch out for. That's something you gotta, like, also find out. There are literal EDP445s in the comments. And it's fucking terrifying.
People have with family channels is that you're putting kids in the public eye in front of millions in some cases, and at the end of the day, some people are going to be mean because that's what the internet is like. So why would you want to put your kids in that situation when they're not old?
Dude, when I get a kid, I'm never putting them on the internet. Maybe on like a private group, like with my like family. Like that's maybe I'm never posting my kid anywhere, dude. Holy shit. Maybe on like a private group. Maybe a like not like maybe like a private post or something like that. Something that only my family can see, but like not anybody else. But nah, bro, I'm not putting my kid on the internet.
Enough to even understand what is happening. All they see is people are being mean to them whenever they go on like their social medias. And like I said, that is something that people have been bringing up for a while, but yet again, this is a prime example that it actually is true.
When I was in 10th grade, so I was like 15, my family joined a group.
Oh, here we go. Connections.
Like a mental health, kind of like a self-help group, basically. Like, it was great at first. Like, we were learning like a new... like learning lingo for stuff, and we were able to communicate in ways that we understood each other. And then as like the years progressed, this group became more extreme, and they began to equate like their curriculum and their teachings kind of with the gospel in a sense.
Yeah, I guess what she's saying here is that the group did just kind of start off as like a group to help people, and mothers more specifically. And then as time went on, it became less of like a conversation group and more of Ruby and Jodie are just telling you how you need to live your lives.
I remember going into it, and one of the people had said to me, like, I don't think you have a lot of like empathy for other people and a lot of compassion for other people.
Like towards you individually?
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, like I'm gonna work on it. And so I would say my prayers at night and be like, Heavenly Father, like, why don't I have empathy? Like,
oh my god, that sounds so sad, dude. She's literally feeling like shit because she doesn't have the quote empathy or something that Jodie and Ruby have, which you don't really need. But god, she felt like shit for not having that.
Please help me to like have it. And so I look back at like a lot of the things that I prayed for at that age, and I like feel bad for myself that I was like so concerned with like, help me be clean, help me be empathetic, like, I don't know what to do. And then I feel like I would work on it, and then I would go and talk with these people, and they'd say, you're still not getting it. And I would just, like, lose my mind over, like, what else am I supposed to do? Like,
fucking hell, that is so sad, isn't it? And you've got to imagine there's probably a bunch more people in that group who feel the exact same way. Because as much as we can sit here and be like, obviously we wouldn't take advice from that group because we've seen the type of stuff they say, you've got to remember, 8 Passengers did have a large YouTube channel. They do have a lot of viewers that listen to what they say, and they might be feeling the exact same way that Shari feels here. Like, as she's saying here, the group would tell her that she's not being empathetic, so she would go away and try and work on herself and better herself in that way, and then she'd come back and the group would just tell her that she's not getting it, and she said she was losing her mind over it. And remember, the owner of this group is her own mother, and she still felt this way. So imagine how the people who don't know Jodie and Ruby must feel, because if people in the group have made Shari feel like this, I doubt they're gonna have much empathy for other people, ironically. They're just gonna happily make them feel like shit and not really care how they actually feel, and that is something we've seen in this group so many times.
Like, I was always focused on the negative things that I was doing, and had to report on those. And so I started to notice those things in, like, other people as well. I would look at somebody and say, your eyes look dark. Like, you're hiding something, And I still find myself to this day, sometimes I make snap judgments about people, and I'm like, crap, no, I don't want to do that. So it's like, it's taken a lot of work and still is to like undo that kind of like snap judgment mentality.
Ah, bless her, man. Like, I know when Shari first spoke out about Ruby, a lot of people were shocked. I saw a lot of comments from people saying that they're surprised that it was Shari who spoke out because they see her as kind of like a mini Ruby, as you would expect from like a mother and a daughter. And the way she's describing this is kind of like she was a mini Ruby in a sense, that she would judge people really quickly, like Ruby still does till this day on that Facebook group. But as she's grew up, she's realised that that's not what she wants to be like, and she's even said she's still working on herself, and
Dude, she probably had that come to Jesus moment where she was like, holy shit, I'm becoming my mother. Something I do not want to become.
Can still kind of see herself judging people sometimes, and she wants to stop doing that, and you can only applaud that, really.
I was very judgmental. I was like, wow, she's wearing that. Like, she's going to hell. Wow, she's wearing that. God's so mad at her. Or, so like, I was still very like judgmental about people like
That's
that.
literally
and I
how
would take
Ruby
religion
speaks now.
classes, and they would talk about, you know, God is so gracious and kind, and I'd say, well, they've got it wrong. Like, some things within my family were happening that I started to question, like, I don't know if this is okay. Like, I don't know if God would actually support this. Like, is this really the gospel? And so for a long time, for like 7 months of my freshman year in college, I was just debating. I was like, I don't know what to believe.
And by the way, that must be such a hard thing to do. If you grew up your whole life being told, like, this is true, this is how you should live your life, and the other way is wrong.
That is difficult.
It must be
Holy
really
shit.
difficult to kind of think for yourself and be like, wait, is this how I should be living my life, or should I do it the way I feel is right? And she's done it, and I feel like a lot of people wouldn't. Like, maybe if I was in that situation, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know, because I've never been in that situation, but I can imagine that must be very, very difficult.
At that point, I was very convinced, like, this is too extreme. I need to do something, change something. But I wasn't sure how, because, you know, I want to honor my family. We're supposed to honor our parents. And I felt that to disagree with them was sinful, and that God would be mad at me too if I did that.
Yeah, so as you can see, she's explaining that she did end up coming to the conclusion that these beliefs that she was taught were right were actually too extreme, and that she didn't feel like they were right. But obviously going against your parents is always going to be tough. And I feel like this was
That is
something
tough.
that people
Shout
thought
outs
was going
to
to happen
her
for a
for
while. Like, I remember
making that
when we were
tough
kind of just talking
decision.
about 8 passengers, like, years ago, before Connections was even a thing. We were saying, like, I wonder what's going to happen when these kids grow old enough to kind of think for themselves and do whatever they want. Like, will they go against the parents? And I mean, clearly it's happened. And whilst this is all happening, Ruby still has a Facebook group where she gives advice to mothers. Like, maybe you probably aren't in the right position to be able to do that, Ruby.
Once I was doubting, whenever I'd go home, you know, it was like, oh, we use this language, we talk about things like this. And then I noticed, like, when I would leave my family, like, I would just feel like spiritually drained. Like, I just wouldn't feel great.
Yeah.
I would like overhear conversations and just like find myself internally like, this isn't right, like this isn't okay. And so it got to the point where I was like, I can't keep pretending like everything's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like living in a Ruby Frank household would be very draining, to say the least, but it's just interesting hearing it from someone who actually was involved.
Yeah, and I had friends that would point out to me when I'd
Bullshit.
talk to my family. They're like, you're different. Like, you are going back to how you were in high school. Not that I was a terrible person in high school, but they're like, we can just see something like different about you.
Really?
So,
No good.
like, I remember.
Did you see that in yourself?
I mean, looking back, I can. At the time, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's mental, because if you remember, when Shari was actually going to move away for university or college, I can never understand what they call it in America. We call it university. I think America has a university, but it's different to our university, and our university is their college. Like, it's very confusing. But when Shari moved away to further her education, Ruby made a video kind of like crying and saying that she's scared because she can't control what Shari's going to do anymore, and clearly she had every right to be worried. Because it turned out, as soon as Shari was old enough to move away and not have to do everything her parents tell her to do, she realised that what they were saying the whole time was wrong. And like I kind of said earlier, people were saying that they thought this was going to happen eventually, but it's just weird that it did happen. But I'm very glad it did happen, for Shari's sake, obviously.
I've been able to reconnect with like a family that I was friends with in high school, and they've kind of taken me in as their own daughter. And so like I had like, I felt like I had them to go to. it was hard to like not have my own family.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously that is really sad that she doesn't
But
have
that's her
her
new
own family
family,
kind of
just
sticking
saying.
by her side, and that she's had to kind of distance herself. But it's also good that she obviously does have a family that have took her in, kind of treating her like their own daughter. So obviously that is really good to hear. And clearly it seems like she's enjoying her life a lot more now. She's alluded to it a lot of times during this podcast that she's just living a better life and enjoying it. And that is really good to see, especially after all the shite we have seen with Ruby and Kevin and Geordie and all this shite. Like, there was some good news. So, I mean, who would have guessed, eh? There's some good news with 8 passengers. Fucking hell.
You know, as life calms down a bit, it's like, oh my gosh, I can breathe. Like, this is nice. I like this. Like, I wake up in the mornings. I'm like, oh, life is so good. Yeah, so that peace is definitely something that I've been coming to feel more of, because I never had, like, really felt it before. And so, yeah, experiencing it more. And
Oh, look at this, man. Hey, this is genuinely the first time I've made an 8 passengers video and not been annoyed and kind of actually had a good time and enjoyed what I'm listening to. Like, as much as the situation itself and the stuff that Shari had to go through with her parents must have been absolutely horrible, we've got some really good news here. And like she just said, she's got peace for kind of the first time in her life, and that must be a ridiculously good feeling.
And I feel like now that I'm like moving on to a new phase of my life, I want to be able to start my own life in a way and be able to move past everything. And so, like, I picked up yoga. Never did yoga. I was like, this is actually pretty fun. Like, this week it was St. Patrick's Day. I went and got...
Dude, this is a dub for Sherry. Sherry's literally living that adult life that she probably wouldn't have under her mom.
Irish food. I was like just like really stupid things like that, honestly, that it's like, I'm experiencing life in a new way that I haven't before.
I mean, can we just get a round of applause, eh? We finally got a good ending! For the first time ever, you are watching me talk about 8 passengers and you don't want to pull your hair out by the end of the video. I mean, what a day. They will tell this story in history lessons in many years to come.
My desire when I was younger, I don't want to say it was selfish, but I was like, I want to get to heaven. Like, what do I need to do so that I can check the box and like make it to heaven? Yeah. And now it's more of like, how can I like maximize the life that I have right now? How can I live in ways that, you know, we get one mortal life? Like, what can I do to like do new things every day? Like live fully and be able to look back and say like, I don't regret anything.
And you know what? That is a beautiful place to leave this video. Like I said, we finally got a good ending. It's good to see that Shari is...
The good thing that ever happened to 8 passenger... that just makes shit... Dude. That's depressing. Alright, so after Sherry cut off Ruby, nothing really happened. Everyone sort of moved on, nothing really happened. Until the recent news. 8 passengers was arrested. We have this tweet from the Killer Doll. I have it bookmarked so that I don't lose my spot. Remove that shit. But yeah, 8 passengers. Ruby Frankie getting arrested after a ton of signs that her kids were being abused is the best news I've heard all day. Those kids deserve justice for the shit they literally put through. Literally published on YouTube for content. One of the most famous family creators was arrested for child abuse viewing. Viewers think they saw it coming. So, what led to her arrest was the child ran to a neighbor's house to get help. Fox 13 reported and asked for food and water. According to the statement, the neighbors noticed that the kid had duct tape to their ankles and wrists and decided to call police. We are headed towards dark territory here. Like, this is some no joke type shit. Like this, I know earlier in the stream or in the video, I was just, goofing around, having a good time. Here, we're entering serious, deep shit. After the first kid escaped the house, a second malnourished child was found in the same residence in similar physical condition of malnourishment. According to officials, the second child was also taken to hospital for treatment. The statement from officials said that a search warrant led to the discovery of evidence consistent with the kids' wounds, and 4 minors were taken into care by the Department of Child and Family Services. This is absolutely fucked up. So then Sherry, the daughter that we just watched who cut off Ruby earlier this year, posted this on her Instagram. Finally. It's bad enough that your own your own daughter is celebrating your arrest. Hi all, today has been a big day for me and my family. My family are so glad justice is being served. We've been trying to tell the police and CPS for years about this. And so glad they finally decided to step up. Kids are safe, but there's a long road ahead. Please keep them in your prayers and also respect their privacy. It took CPS a long time. Years. And why wouldn't they take the word from one of their victims? Who's Sherry? Sherry was part of is like the oldest 8 passenger. She's been part of the 8 passenger shit for years. Like, she was like Ruby's daughter. She's been part of that shit for years. How could you not trust one of the victims in this situation? I need your help. If you have links of Connect, ask me questionable or concerning clips of connections or 8 passengers videos, please DM them to me. It's too much for me to sort through myself. Specifically on connection stuff, we are aware of most 8 passenger shit. This is absolutely fucked. So, there's also a 911 call that led to the 8 passengers' arrest. And this call is just heartbreaking.
Wake up to your
upsetting.
To your Wawa favorites. All your
Shut your fucking ass up. This call was just upsetting and just depressing and just sad to just listen to. This is the 911 call that led to Ruby's arrest.
911, the address of your emergency.
I guess he's saying his address there.
Okay, and the phone number you're calling from? Tell me exactly what's happened.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help. And he's said he just came from a neighbor's house, and we know there's been problems at this neighbor's house. He's emaciated, he's got tape around his legs, he's hungry, and he's thirsty.
Okay. Is your door locked?
No, I'm sitting outside with him on the front patio.
Okay, cool.
And he asked us to call the police.
What's
so
his
he's
name?
very afraid. What's your last name?
Guess he's saying the
He's
last
12
name,
years
though.
old. Yes.
Okay, and can you ask him his date of birth?
Can you tell me your birthday?
Okay, and are the neighbors out of their home, or is anybody looking for them that you can see?
No. Our homes are far enough away. I'm not sure. How did you get out of the house?
Porch.
How did Dad get out of the house?
He says he just left through the porch at the neighbor's house. Her name is Jody Hildebrand, and she lives 2 doors up the street. Yeah, out here in Cayenne, the houses are far apart, so he walked just under a block to get to our house. He rang my doorbell and asked me to call the police.
Does he seem to be under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
I don't think so, but he's very thirsty, and
Need an ambulance?
I don't think he needs an ambulance. I'll let the cops decide that, but his ankles are taped up, and he won't tell us why.
Okay.
But he has duct tape around each ankle. Yeah, there's sores around them. I think there's a good chance he's been... Oh, and he has them around his ankles. I mean, his wrists as well. Okay, this boy has been...
Oh my God, dude! You can hear the the crying of this man. Like he's just traumatized of what is just going on.
This kid has obviously been... I think he's been detained. He's obviously covered in wounds.
Holy shit, dude!
Let's get the paramedics headed over that way, okay?
Oh, that's a good idea, too.
Let's see. Has he told you where his mom or dad are?
Haven't asked him that. Yeah. You know where your mommy is?
I really got you.
Yeah, I'm sure that doesn't matter, son. Do you know where your mom and dad are?
Well, actually,
Dude, you can hear you can hear him in the background. Dude, that shit is sad.
I don't know where my mom is, but I do know where my dad is. He's not anywhere here. No. Nowhere.
Okay. No, he doesn't seem to. He says he knows where his mom is, but...
He doesn't know where his dad is.
That's correct.
I do know where my dad is.
Is his mom home?
He just says he doesn't live around here.
Okay. Is his mom in the area?
Is your mom around here? Have you seen her lately? He doesn't know where she is right now.
Does he know his mom's name?
What's your mom's name? Ruby Frankie? Ruby Frankie is his mom's name.
Okay. How do you spell the last name?
F-R-A-N-K-E.
F-R-A-N-K-E.
Okay. And does she live in the area?
No, I'm not sure where she lives. He's trying to help us, but he's...
That's okay. We don't want to stress him out too much. The officers will go over all these questions with him anyway. I just want to stay on the phone with you until we get some help there, okay?
Yeah,
What's your name?
He says his name there. Obviously, they'll blur it out for privacy reasons.
Okay. Can you ask him if any other children were in the home he came from?
Okay. Was there any other kids up at Jody's house? Anybody else? No, I was... Yeah, this is the 30th of, or excuse me, the 29th of August.
It'll be the 30th of August.
10 and 14, and they're still at this house.
Are they tied up as well?
What's the deal with... Are they being held? Do they have wounds on them as well?
Nothing bad going on with us.
Okay.
It's just me.
Okay. So they're able to walk around the house and everything. Well, okay. He says everything's fine with them. Grain of salt.
Okay.
He says what's happened to him is his fault.
Dude, this is sad, just listening to this. Like, even the kid was like, dude, this is all my fault. I can't do this shit no more.
That's sad to hear. They're coming to you as quick as they can, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Really well.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
He's fine. I've got him sitting here. My wife, he got him water and giving him something to eat because he's hungry, and I think the young man, he's hearing his stocking feet. So he escaped.
Well, I'm glad that he was able to make it to
They're on their way.
he could be safe. They should just be pulling up now. Let me know when they're with you, okay?
Will do. I hear a car, but they're not coming on the driveway. You did good. Enjoy that banana, okay?
Dude, they're feeding him a banana.
Yeah, he
That's
did
so
it
cool.
a few seconds ago, so he might be waiting for
Shout out to this neighbor. I know he's traumatized for the amount of shit that was just like thrown at him, like a malnourished child, a extremely hurt child, and I think he's doing a great job. And golly,
his partner, I'm not sure.
Is Jody up there right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Jody Hildebrand is up there right now.
Okay.
So she may come looking for him here soon, but she's not gonna, obviously. I think we need the cops here as soon as possible.
I'm just asking where he is now.
Yeah, she's a bad lady. We didn't realize how bad.
Okay, let's see. I'm just asking where he is. Well, sounds like he's making a phone call real quick to his sergeant. He is going to head up.
Okay. All right. Well, if we have to take him inside the house, we will. We're just sitting outside right now because we have chairs out here and it was convenient.
That's okay. If anything, he's sitting out down your driveway and keeping an eye on the house. So if that's where you feel safe, that's where the child feels safe. And let's just stay where you're at.
Yeah, I think we're doing this. Yes.
Does he have anything with him?
But, no, he's wearing a long sleeve shirt and shorts, and it's way too big for him.
Can you tell me what color the shirt and shorts are?
Okay, the ambulance is here.
Okay.
So.
Are they with you?
No, they're just not getting out of the truck.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and I'll let you go then. You did a great job.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Shout out to the 911 dispatcher as well, bro. Dude, that is just absolutely heartbreaking. And as you guys know, Ruby was arrested and shit. Shit hit the fam. And you know,
That was supposed to go.
I'm like listening to that 911 call was just terrifying. I wanted to just fuck up in tears. That shit fucked me up. This shit should not be happening to a fucking child. But yet it is happening because fucking CPS didn't do shit earlier. Like, this is a whole shit show. And, you know, I feel bad for the kids because they're never gonna have, like, a normal life again. Like, this shit's gonna follow them for, like, the rest of their life. But golly. So, as Ruby's arrest develops, the sisters decide to come forward and say some shit. So, the sisters, they all made like a conjoint post on Instagram saying, "For the last 3 years, we have kept quiet on the subject of our sister, Ruby Frank, for the sake of her children. Behind the public scene, we have done everything we could to try and make sure the kids are safe. We wouldn't feel right about moving forward with regular content without addressing the most recent events. Once we do, we will not be commenting on it any further. Ruby was arrested, which needed to happen. Jody was arrested, which needed to happen. The kids are now safe, which is the number one priority." Now, when I saw this post ticked me the fuck up. For the last 3 years, you've kept quiet of your subject, Ruby, because of the sake of your children? Yeah, how did that fucking work out for you? Keeping quiet for the sake of the children? Keeping quiet didn't do shit for the children. It didn't do shit for your fucking children, for the fucking children out there. They were, if the fucking boy did not climb out the goddamn window to run to the neighbor's house, he would still be tied up till this day, and we would all never know about it. So what does you being quiet do? You just let them get abused even more. You not saying shit, it didn't even work out for you. You not saying shit just kept the abuse going. And if it weren't for him, the kids would still be tied up, locked up in the basement or in the freaking room, wherever the fuck they are. They'd still be tied up till this day, and we would all never know this. We'd all never know. We all wouldn't even bat an eye about it. Oh my god. Like, I'm sorry, but keeping quiet didn't do shit for you. And if you were trying to get like CPS involved and like shit like that, if you were doing it and CPS wasn't doing shit about it, well, you guys, like, keep in mind, Ruby's sisters, all three of them have platforms. They all have platforms. They could have went on YouTube and said some shit like, "Guys, my sister Ruby is a fucking child abuser and does not deserve her kids." You all could have made some posts type shit like that. And then that could have just, sparked up a bit of controversy, kind of had a lot of people talk about it. And then that could have had a lot of people talk about it. That could have forced CPS to actually do something. That could have forced people to do some shit. People would be talking about it. And then people would also be asking officials and shit. and then they probably could have taken the kids much sooner than it would have happened. They could have taken the kids away much sooner if you guys decided to speak out. You guys should have just made noise. You guys have platforms too. You guys should have just, whipped out your camera. You guys should have just said shit. You should have been like, Ruby, my sister, is a piece of shit. But no, you guys want to keep your family-friendly, image, which is completely destroyed, by the way, because of your dumbass sister Ruby. All this shit is no more. And you know what I believe? I believe this shit is a clout move. I'm saying it straight up. This shit's a fucking clout move. Because they saw that a lot of people were talking about the arrest of Ruby Frank. People like fucking Optimus, Ethan Klein, Phil DeFranco, all those guys, they were talking about it. They were covering the shit. God damn it. Even Moist Critical is talking about it too. Moist Critical talked about the 8 passenger situation too. They saw all the drama channels sort of talk about it, and they were like, let's see, let me just try to get on the hype train real quick or some shit like that. I feel like this shit is a whole clout move. And one sister is dumb enough to say a word as soon as her arrest was developing. And that, my friends, is Bonnie Holman. Bonnie made a video talking about the whole Ruby situation. Let's just give this shit a watch.
Go out tomorrow, Friday, and it is Thursday evening, and this week has been nothing that I could have anticipated. I don't think any of us could have.
I think literally anybody from the outside perspective who would probably watch 8 Passengers saw that shit coming 10,000 miles away. Fucking T channels. People that fucking cover Jeffree Star. Those fucking guys saw that shit coming.
Really anticipated. If you have the internet, you have seen news articles on my sister.
See, she's even stopping that shit. You gotta put that shit away. She's even talking about their articles being up about her sister.
Ruby from the 8 Passengers. And my sisters and I, we are on the very same page. We put out a message. You can read that on Instagram.
Dude, I read your message. That message was absolute shit. Nothing there made you look good.
And for the last 3 years, we have truly clung on to each other and offering support to one another. And I don't think any of us could have ever seen this coming. We all did as much as we could legally, and you don't know what you don't know. I do feel a little bit numb at this point.
I'm not even gonna say it.
The only thing that we ultimately care about is that our nieces and nephews are safe, and they are. And that is the only thing that matters to any of us. It is going to feel weird for me to move forward. And I think, do I just move forward?
Just taking a day at a time. Who knows what anything has in store, but we just know right now that...
Dude, why'd you even make this video? That's what frustrates me more about the situation. Why the fuck did you feel the need to just make a video about this whole shit when this shit's still developing, dude? Fucking degenerates. Alright, well that was Bunny. The reason why I put first response is that there's more. She came out with another response a couple days ago. We're gonna check that out too. I hate this bitch. Dude, this bitch is literally the biggest cunt on planet Earth. I was just saying it straight up. Golly. Alright. Now we're gonna get into a little bit more of like a bit of a serious court shit. Kevin was found. So during this whole Ruby shit, Kevin was like nowhere to be found. Kevin was just missing. He was off the wall. He was just gone. But he was recently found.
Quiet.
Because we find the kids respond better to tranquility.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Everyone wake up! Mike's gonna leave. We gotta get out of bed now. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Okay, that's fucking weird.
Wearing his wedding ring for multiple counts of child abuse. I go into more detail about the arrest and their charges and the dispatch audio and so much more in these videos. I will link my playlist right here. If you missed any of these videos, you got to go check them out now. Seen at Utah House of Horrors, where she's accused of abusing her 2 children. I do think this headline is a little off. Were the children abused in this house? Probably. Yeah, we've all seen the YouTube videos. But the situation that got Ruby put in jail occurred at Jody Hildebrandt's house. So to me, that's the house of horror.
Dude, that house looks like a freaking prison. I wouldn't even want to be in that shit.
Because that's where the little kids were tied up and not fed. The husband of a Mormon YouTuber who was arrested earlier this week on suspicion of abusing 2 of her 6 children was seen pacing around outside the Utah family home on Saturday as neighbors spoke out about their fears for their children's safety. Ruby gained fame online through her YouTube channel 8 Passengers and had 2.2 million subscribers before she stopped posting in January of 2022. When Ruby made major changes to her social media platform, she changed the name on her Instagram account, and she also stated she was no longer going to focus her content around her children. She talked about all of this on Instagram. I covered this story. I'll link my video right here if you want to go at the property on Saturday as a man came to remove the YouTube branding from the van parked out at the property. On Ruby's husband, who she shares 6 children with, was seen at the property on Saturday as a man came to remove the YouTube branding from the van parked outside.
Dude.
Neighbors told the DailyMail.com that they had been concerned about the children's well-being and once saw the kids left outside pulling weeds for hours during triple-digit temperatures.
Dude, you had that freaking 8 Passengers logo for like, what, how long? You quit YouTube for how long? Like a fuck ton? And you still have that stupid logo? Like your channel was just deleted like a year ago and you still have that dumbass logo on your freaking 8 Passenger shit?
The resident also noted how they never heard any sounds coming from the home, such as those of children playing outside, which they thought was unusual. Kevin Franke was seen pacing around outside the home on Saturday in Springville, Utah.
I think my biggest red flag here is that he's wearing a KC Royals
Yeah, I don't
shirt.
know who that guy is on the right. If you know, leave a comment, let us know. But he seems to be giving Kevin like a pat on the back saying like, it's going to be okay, man. A workman
That's literally what I was going to say.
Ruby's Springville home with a heat gun took off 8 passengers from Ruby's van that she used for promotion on her YouTube channel. Here's Ruby's van without...
She's... Okay. Dude, if I ever have a YouTube... If I ever go famous on YouTube, or if I ever, like, have some shit like that, I would not want to brand myself. I would not tell people that I had a YouTube channel. Even when I was, like, at school. And at school, you know, people would say, oh, I have a YouTube channel and I'm doing great on there. Me, I would not say shit about me having a YouTube channel. I would just keep quiet and keep low and just hope nobody finds out that I do YouTube. Because if people did find out that I did YouTube and I say all this shit, people are gonna, like, bully me till the very end until I fucking graduate.
Without the 8 passengers logo, I think that was definitely a smart idea to get that logo off your vehicle. Now they need to change the license plate. He said earlier this week that he's trying to keep his children together following the arrest. Kevin's attorney, Randy S. Kester, told Page 6 that his client's urgent focus is simply to keep his children together under his fatherly care.
That's fucking bullshit. Kevin, come on. Listen to me real quick. Listen to me quickly and listen to me very, very closely. Where the fuck were you when this whole shit happened? How the fuck are you gonna say that? How the fuck are you gonna try and get custody of your freaking kids? Being like, oh, I'm gonna keep my kids in my very different fatherly care. Yeah, but this is the Mormons we're talking about. Shit. I'm not really... I forgot that was like a main factor into this whole situation. They're also Mormon too. Forgot to mention that, but like, what the fuck? Dude, with this whole 8 passengers arrest, this is probably gonna fuck up this whole Mormon shit. Anyways, as I was saying, Kevin, where the hell were you when your freaking kids were locked in the basement, being tied up and fucking tape it? Where the fuck were you? Why the fuck were you? Where the fuck were you? Why were like when Ruby kicked you out? Why didn't you check on your kids constantly? Like you should have just checked on your kids at least. Like Ruby just kicked you out and just like not let you have if Ruby just kicked you out and didn't let you see the kids, you could have like fought for your kids. You could have like went to court and said, "Yo, my fucking wife, my stupid wife wouldn't let me see my kids, and I want to see my kids." Golly. Or what am I gonna say? Or at least try and get custody of them, or at least trying to get them away from Ruby if you know this shit's happening. Like, golly.
Daily Mail also reported that a neighbor said once Kevin departed the family home, it appeared the children stopped going to school.
What does that mean? Kevin's attorney told Page 6 his client's urgent 4 minors have been taken into care. Once Kevin has departed his family home, one neighbor said it appeared the children stopped going to school, with one of the daughters knocking.
And Kevin is believed to have been kicked out of the family home last year. This is the part of the story I just do not understand. So if Ruby and Kevin have not been together for a while, that's fine, right?
He was cut off.
They're adults.
Like completely cut off, like not allowed to see shit. And he just went his merry way.
So if they don't want to be together, they don't have to be together. But
Okay,
what
well,
about the kids? Did Kevin not see his kids? How could this happen without him seeing some type of red flag?
Yes. And also the fact that back in 2020 when Ruby and Kevin were accused of child abuse, or when his wife was, like, he was on the front lines defending himself and Ruby towards the abuse allegations. So I feel like Kevin is also a red flag in this situation. I don't think Kevin is an angel. I think Kevin is a shit human.
Or how could this happen without his kids giving him some type of information about what was really going on?
Maybe Kevin was like completely cut off.
I've heard some people say Ruby just kept the kids from everybody, but as a parent, you do not let anyone, not even the other parent, keep your kids from you.
Dude, that's literally what I'm saying. Like, you don't let that shit happen. You're gonna like put 100% effort into like just to see your kids, even if it's like going to jail for. I would literally run through fire. I would literally take a bullet. I would literally fucking like run. I would literally walk 1,000 miles just to see my fucking child. From what the lawyer said, Ruby said they needed to separate to have a choice, to have a chance to work their marriage out. Yeah, and wasn't like Jody their like marriage counselor? And didn't like Jody separate both of them? Am I right on that one? Didn't like isn't like Jody like their marriage counselor, and then like they both like separate? Is that, and that's why like Ruby and Jody became like good friends, and Kevin was like an outcast?
Even if Kevin didn't physically see the kids, I would only hope that he at least.
Because again, that's his lawyer. Like he's gonna obviously like defend Kevin and like put everything in his effort to like make him look good. Before Kevin was made to move out, they were living in separate rooms and only could communicate through Jody. Oh.
Called to check up on them. I don't know how the father could overlook this. I don't know how the father could not sense something was up, something isn't right. I'm sure we'll get more details on Kevin's side of the story as this plays out. But Kevin was seen wearing his wedding band. What does that mean? Does he still want to be with Ruby? Is he still committed to her? Some people on Reddit say this was a publicity stunt. If you do not...
What? Him wearing the wedding shit? If you don't realize... You are a sucker. I'm not sticking up for Kevin, but the wedding ring is 100% photoshopped. If you look closely, both pictures were obvious.
Realize this is a publicity stunt, you're a sucker. I'm not sticking up for Kevin, but that wedding ring is 100% photoshopped. If you look at it closely to both pictures, it's very obvious. This is why I don't think they're photos set up by Kevin himself. The Daily Mail photoshopped a ring onto his finger to add some more scandal to the photo to get more clicks. Wow, so this person on Reddit thinks Daily Mail photoshopped that picture.
Compared to Adam Steed's testimony, it actually makes sense what the lawyer is saying. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Sure. I guess that's possible. I mean, some of the information from that Daily Mail article was a little off. For example, they showed a picture of Ruby in Kevin's house, but this incident actually happened at Jody's house. I didn't read the entire article because some of it was a little repetitive and it's stuff I've already covered in previous videos. But let me know what you think about that. Do you think this is something Daily Mail did just to get more clicks? Or do you think Kevin is still wearing his wedding ring? I'm LDS, and his decision to keep wearing his ring is neither here nor there with religion. There's no standard practice. It's a personal choice. Who knows what's going on in his head? As a member of the LDS Church, ring wearing has nothing to do with the church. Totally a personal choice. Knowing the charges against Ruby, I don't know how Kevin could put that wedding ring back on ever. If someone did that to my children, there's no way I would be in a relationship with them.
No, I'm throwing that wedding ring in that sewer.
An attorney on TikTok looked at public court records, and she said Kevin and Ruby are still married.
A lot of you are like, well, where's the husband? So Kevin and her have been separated. From all of my counts, they are not divorced yet. And I am just looking on the public court record that I have access to as an attorney, and I do not see their divorce. The only way that they would be able to be divorced right now is if they, for some reason, got it to be made private. But I don't know why they would be able to do that for this certain circumstance.
Right. They would have to have some type of special circumstances in order to get the divorce made private, and the judge has to sign off on that. And the judge doesn't always allow this. I know of other content creators who went through a divorce, tried to get the divorce made private, but the judge would not allow it.
So I don't think they're divorced. I think they've just been separated. The second thing is that
Wait a minute. Hold up. The Adam Steed is related to the 8 passenger shit? Oh, I thought this was a whole different... I thought you were telling me about a whole different situation. Oh wait, didn't I talk about this? This was the guy oh wait, didn't I talk about this? This was the same... Isn't this the same guy that like Jody threatened to like ruin his life by telling his church that he had like that he's a porn addict? Isn't that the same guy? Okay, I'll answer in a bit.
Today with 6 felonies of aggravated child abuse and myriad of other things.
Okay,
and
well,
right now she's being held
now.
without bail. One of the things I want you to know is Utah is not a proactive state.
Wait, then. Adam Steed is the one responsible for oh, wait, what? LIC being suspended. Adam Steed is the one responsible for Jody's license being suspended. Oh.
Meaning that if there are not visible signs of abuse, they are not going to go into these homes and investigate it. They are a reactive state, and that's what they're doing now. So they'll protect those children. And from everything I see is that Kevin is going to be able to have custody of these children, but for some reason it was said these children were taken into Utah state custody. So I don't really understand that, and I'll bring that information when I have more for you.
Okay, I hate that TikTok.
So this attorney on TikTok thinks Kevin will eventually get custody of his kids. I feel like I need to know more of this story. I need more details before I can have an opinion on if Kevin should have these kids. But I definitely think it's interesting that the kids went to DCFS instead of their father. It makes me think they have some information on Kevin that we don't know about yet. I heard Ruby's first hearing is a virtual hearing. It will be held on September 8th. This story is far from over. I'll be covering it every step of the way. And if you missed any of my previous videos on Ruby, 8 Passengers, check out my playlist. I'll have it linked at the end of this video. Thanks for watching today. See you next time.
Oh, I need to find a one with like Adam Steed in a nutshell. Cause now I know he was the one that got Jody's shit suspended. Okay. What's next on the docket? So Kevin was found. Kevin is now known in the situation. I think they all need non-religious counseling.
I'm procrastinating
Alright, that one's
pretty
true.
hard today. My brain is just not kicking into gear, so I'm bringing in
God damn it, this
some
fucking ad.
assistant.
Okay.
The fact that Kevin Frankie is still walking around freely.
Okay. We're gonna watch this not TikToker. YouTuber talk about Kevin.
The fact that Kevin Frankie is still walking around freely as we
his
speak,
dumbass
despite the fact that he's
Because Kevin's lawyer decided to go on news stations to kind of spew his shit.
just as responsible as Ruby is, and the fact that he's trying to paint himself as the good parent with no involvement in the abuse whatsoever is disgusting.
Whoever thinks Kevin is like the good parent in a situation, you are like 100% wrong.
So in today's video, I want to show you guys that Kevin not only just enabled this behavior, but even participated in it. Because this morning, his
Yes, ma'am.
dumbass attorney went around to several different media outlets to say he had no role in what was happening.
The horse is out of the barn, all right? Your client let the mother put the kids' lives and all the discipline all over the place on YouTube. So that decision was just fine when they were monetizing it. Now all of a sudden they want standards and they want us to be careful about the kids. The careful question here goes to whether or not they were careful with the kids. Did your husband have a role in the behavior that's now being charged?
Absolutely not.
How? When he's the father and he was in the house, how did he not know and not do anything about it?
This guy right here is just nailing this fucking lawyer.
Mom had the kids for the summer and went out of the county with the kids. And if he had known of or thought there was abuse going on, he would have been all
Kevin?
over it.
So is yours?
I just think he was also abused as well. Kevin? I think Kevin was like some sort. I don't think Kevin is just as bad as Ruby. I think Kevin did contribute to like some of like the abuse back, even especially back in 2020. But yeah, I feel like Kevin at some point was like during this whole Jody shit, Kevin was abused.
Suggestion that everything that has been charged happened after he left?
Correct.
So none of the things that the mother has been charged with happened when he was in the house?
That's correct. It happened in a house that was a couple of 100 miles away from where Mr. Frankie.
He doesn't.
He was.
But what I find to be just perfect about this interview is that when this attorney is questioned about Kevin's actions while he was still at home, this attorney suddenly can't comment on it.
One of the allegations is that the kid Chad wasn't allowed to sleep in a bed for 7 months? Why did he?
Like, for example, the son going to the camp, in quotes, at the advice of Jody. Jody gave that advice to, like, the son to go to, like, that wilderness camp he went to, like, for a couple months. So you're listening to a mental health professional, which is obviously the devil. Yeah. Well, obviously, if you're, like, looking at a mental health, like, if you obviously, like, bring some random mental health professional, you're probably obviously going to believe in them. Because, like, they're, like, the professional here. But, like, this professional is fucked in the head.
Do you think that was
okay? I was
okay?
about to say ass.
I can't comment on that. I have a duty to my client, to the court, not to comment on that question.
And the fact that this attorney has the audacity to say that Kevin doesn't support or condone what Ruby is doing is wild to me.
Damn, go off. But, goddamn, you're too loud.
Because why the fuck is he still married to her then?
So, is his position that
I don't
these
know anything if they're
allegations
still
are
married.
unfair, and is he going to defend the mother?
Oh yeah, remember this clip, guys? We saw this earlier. This clip, didn't they, like, this clip, they threatened to, like, throw away their thing. They put their things in, like, a bag, and they either asked for money, or, what's it called? Money, or an equivalent value chore.
If the
Or does he want the
allegations are
kids
true,
and to keep them?
I'll probably check out the Adam Steed situation in, like, another stream, because this stream's, like, already 2 hours long. I don't think I have the power to make it 3 hours at, like, 2 in the morning. So I feel like the Adam Steed will probably be, like, its own situation. I'll probably conjoint these two into, like, a whole video on either Rumble or on YouTube when I come back. Until you watch the interview, it would all click.
Away from the mother.
if the allegations are true, my client has never supported, condoned, or even acted in a physical way toward these kids.
So firstly, I'm going to read you guys some reviews from Kevin's former students at the Brigham Young University in
Wait, can you Abby, I know you follow me on, like, Twitter. Can you, like, send me the Adam Steed interview? No, not today. Like, can you send to me on Twitter if you have the interview?
Utah from 2022 made on the RateMyProfessors.com website. Because I just want to give you guys an idea of the sort of person that Kevin is. Very strange man. If you don't agree with Professor Frankie once, you are looked past.
Oh, these are his, like, Rate My Professor reviews. Golly, Kevin.
For the remainder of the course. Now, if you've taken a few of his summer courses, he's trying to get you involved with Jody Hildebrandt, who was renowned
Oh, God.
as a terrible person at BYU and LDS, and who has severe untreated mental illness. Terrible, terrible people. Unable to get in contact outside of class. He is very controlling, and you can only have the same views that he has, or you will be looked down on. It caused me so much stress that I dropped out. Professor Frankie was rude from day one. He does not respect his students at all. He was always in a bad mood and made class miserable. He would make horrible homophobic remarks and make us students feel incompetent.
Jesus, at least hide that shit.
His classroom felt hostile and like a prison. He once
Hashtag I hate it there. Okay.
feel incompetent. His classroom felt hostile and like a prison. He once pulled me by the arm into his office to yell at me for doing a TikTok dance outside of the building. Kevin
Outside of the building. Oh my God. She's just like Ruby. I mean, it is his wife, whatever. Like, outside the building? Like, I would understand. Okay, no, don't touch your fucking students. What am I saying? I mean, I would understand if you yell at him while he's, like, teaching a class. But doing a TikTok outside the building?
is horrible.
Yeah, Kevin seems like that type of guy to, like, be all angry and old.
I cried every day. He's very abusive to his students and we were left traumatized. He had a meltdown last month in front of the class and scolded everyone. I tried to contact the dean, but nothing happened. He screamed and yelled at us for using TikTok and
All that for fucking TikTok, dude. What is this man's hatred towards TikTok?
went on a rant. He threw a textbook at me and I'm filing for battery charge.
Oh god, no, yeah, this guy needs to be in fucking prison. Holy shit.
He took 10 points off my grade because he saw me doing a TikTok dance outside of class. And he said,
Holy shit, yeah, this guy needs to be nuked as a professor. This guy sucks.
I broke honor code and was promoting pornography. I was...
What the fuck?
Only doing the Rolex dance.
What's the Rolex dance? Do I dare to look it up? I'm not showing it, though. Rolex dance. What's the Rolex dance?
I just want some ice on my wrist so I look better when I dance. Have you looking at it, put you in a trance? I just wanna rollie with a dapper ranch. I already got some designer to hold on my pants. I just want some
Kevin got mad at that? Hold up.
ice on my wrist so I look better when I dance. Have you looking at it, put you in a trance? I just wanna rollie with a dapper ranch. I already got some designer to hold on my pants.
Kevin got mad at that, boys and girls.
Now, in the previous video that I made about Ruby, Chad tells the audience that he lost his bedroom privileges for 7 months.
The fact that there's a privilege on that is insane.
In an article written by Insider.com back in 2020 when they had CPS visit the property, Kevin had this to say about taking Chad's bedroom away from him. Kevin told Insider it was a moment of vulnerability and part of Chad's story of redemption that showed his victory over the challenges that he's faced over the last several years.
Like what? Living as a day in the life of a homeless man? What? Okay, so this is him defending the fact that Ruby took Chad's bed away from him for like 7 months, and this is part of his redemption arc.
His story of
Isn't him coming back from camp his redemption arc?
redemption for playing a harmless prank on his little brother.
The Disneyland prank or the basketball hoop?
People who have been following us this whole time, they would have perceived it as such. The problem is when individuals who aren't familiar with the narrative don't get the entire story. They fill in the unknown with their own narrative, and that's really where this blew up. What narrative is being created when you guys literally threatened to do it to him again?
If you think it's funny, then that was 7 months ago. Maybe you need longer without a bedroom.
But the most disturbing
very
part
funny.
about this article is at the very end when Kevin says this. As for Chad, Kevin said he's in a wonderful place right now with a good group of friends and a healthy outlook on life where he holds high standards and high boundaries. He's definitely not chained in our basement, he said. When you
Was this 2020 or now?
read official reports from the day that Ruby was arrested, not only were the children found malnourished, but their limbs were found tied together with duct tape.
Holy shit.
Now, you guys know how Ruby took a trash bag and filled it with all of her children's belongings and said that the only way they'd be able to get them back is if they paid for them? Well, unlike Kevin's previous statement of having no involvement with the abuse, he participated in this. He supported this. He sat back and let this happen.
Dad, I'll let you take the conversation from here.
You can do an equivalent value chore.
But it's dark outside, man.
To get it back.
What's it?
And whatever isn't claimed by the end of the day goes in the garbage.
So what's his attorney going to say about that? And in this video that was uploaded to their Instagram stories, Ruby laughs about being accused of abuse and Kevin laughs with her.
I was accused of abuse. It's like, it's
Jinx.
abuse to expect your children to be responsible.
To grow up and be productive adults.
So again, to contradict his attorney's statements, not only did he know that the abuse was going on, but then he laughed about it.
And we are actually training our children to be ready for the real world. We've been accused of not training them for the real world. Actually, we are. And I think...
just because we shield them from distractions, we're being told that we're not preparing them for the real world.
Ruby shares the decision to treat their children this way with Kevin by specifically saying Kevin and I.
So if you are triggered and you're upset because of something Kevin and I have done with our children.
So they had a discussion about what they were going to do and then they acted it out together. So don't give me that bullshit that he didn't know. Now in the following clip where Ruby and Kevin discussed their decision to remove their son from football, the only thing in the world that he was passionate about.
Oh my god, this was the rise of connections. I literally forgot this part. Yo, okay, so there was this moment where Chad, I assume it's Chad, who played football, and he loved it, you know, he loved football. The coaches love him, the players love him, everybody loved Chad as a football player. He would have liked football. He enjoyed football. But Ruby decided to take him out of football, and because he wasn't showing that same energy at home. You can already see where this fucking shit goes.
All Kevin does is make it about himself.
As much as that was a kick in the pants to him, it felt like getting run over by a dump truck to me. And as the dad, who's all, in the stands, proud of his child, I learned very quickly that I was projecting all of my worth onto my son. And when and his performance. And so when he wasn't on the football field anymore, all of a sudden, where's my value? Where's my worth? That was really hard for me. And I had to work through that one and take responsibility for that.
Yo, Kevin, fuck.
Here's how that turned out, Laura. It did not take long for our son to suddenly recognize, oh my gosh, I was placing way too much meaning on this. And once he removed himself from that world, he saw just how distorted, how toxic, how immoral it was.
Oh, my son felt bad? Well, I felt worse. Where's my value? Where's my worth? That was hard for me. But what's crazy is that at the end of that clip, he said that Chad was putting way too much meaning into football. And that once he left, he saw how toxic and immoral it was. So
That's
if it was
depressing.
toxic and immoral, then why were you in the stands watching his games? Why did you get value from his place on the team if it was toxic and immoral? Why did your worth disappear?
Yeah, that is Dude, this is sad. Like, if my kid played football, bro, I would literally be his biggest fan.
When he left the team. It sounds to me that you're a narcissist who can't stand the thought of your child succeeding in life, so you get jealous and you tear him away from it. And
maybe maybe this is another conspiracy theory. This was when the whole connection shit started. Maybe it was because the Jody shit kind of brainwashed shit. I don't know. He was some sort of brainwashed into thinking Chad being on football is like the worst thing that ever happened and that you should take him out of it.
And that made you feel better because he felt worse. And then you go on to say that Shari works hard and that she's making her own vlogs for the channel and that she manages her own Instagram. But she still isn't allowed to have a phone.
She's worked hard. She has started her own vlog and she manages her own Instagram and all of this without her own smartphone.
So you are literally making her work from a phone that she doesn't even get to have. You're making her work on the internet and then saying that she can't use the device that connects her to the internet. Do you know how terrible that sounds? It sounds like to me that you wanted to make as much money from your kids as possible and not let any of your kids benefit from it. Kevin is a selfish, exploiting narcissist. But that's not even the worst part, because here's his awful perspective on Christmas.
The world has these definitions of what love and tenderness look like. I watch all these Christmas shows that I used to just love because I feel all warm and fuzzy. And this year I watch them and I'm like, oh, gross. Because warm and fuzzy in the show is always about at the end, the kid just got whatever they wanted. And the world has this message. And
Dude, Kevin just wants to see children suffer. Like, why the fuck do you have 6 kids if you just want them to all, like, suffer? Like, I need more.
And society has bought into it, hook, line, and sinker, that love looks like commercialism.
So you're telling me you're making millions off of this channel?
I'm telling you, I was making millions.
That your kids feature on in the videos that you make them do. And on top of that, you also make them create their own content in order to make more money off of them. And then they don't even get to see any rewards from that? That's not consumerism, you asshole. That's called appreciation. I just find it very telling how he used to find things like that warm and fuzzy, but as soon as it came to doing those things for his children, suddenly it's gross. I think this user on Reddit said it best. Love is not commercialism. Love is inclusion. What Ruby and Kevin are doing is excluding 2 of their children from the family activities on Christmas gift opening because they exhibited behaviors that their parents deemed problematic and that they already were punished for by cleaning the house. But Ruby didn't think they felt enough sorrow, so they got no warnings beforehand and the expectations were not clear, so the exclusion will resonate with the kids for longer than the lesson. And you remember how Ruby threw a hissy fit in her car because the school wanted to use Low by Flo Rida in a school dance because she deemed it inappropriate? Well, somebody on Facebook said this in response to that video. If it were me, I'd have a meeting with all the parents and see how they feel. If they don't see an issue, why not just get your daughter removed from the dance? I mean, that's how people did things in my school when I was in school.
Madison Litster, W, in the chat.
And you want to know how Kevin replied to this comment? Personally, I do not support parenting by democracy. I am not interested in having other parents dictate what I will do as a parent. I believe that God-given eternal principles of truth, i.e. moral conduct...
Then take your fucking kid out of the goddamn school if you're gonna throw like a hissy fit about it. I don't get this fucking shit. If no parent has issue with it, but you're like the only person in that whole group having issue with it, take your fucking kid out of that goddamn school. Take them out. If you're just gonna cry and bitch about it. Like, dude, 8 passengers always gotta say some dumbass shit.
Exist, and I believe in standing in defense of those principles, even if it means going against the popular vote. Well, firstly, dumbass, parents weren't going to dictate what you can do. It was a suggestion for a meeting with other parents about how they also feel about the song. But second,
literally what she said.
You just admitted that your parenting style goes against what everyone else does. Which to me, it seems like you're admitting what your attorney is trying to say that you played no part in. Now again, Kevin likes to say that he had no idea what was going on, but he and Ruby were hardcore members of the Connections cult.
What the hell is this video? What?
And he literally gave them a 5-star review after being bombarded with 1-star reviews, deservedly. Connections teaches basic principles that will help anybody who is curious and humble to live a better life. It's amazing how the world freaks out over truthful principles. We truly have reached the point prophesied by Isaiah saying, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness." Most of these reviews don't even know what they're talking about. I have tried and applied these principles and they really help me find peace. You've tried and applied these principles? Even though this is the...
Your wife's in jail right now and your kids are hungry as shit, so... Clearly you're not living in peace.
The kind of shit that Jody Hildebrandt was preaching about.
One of the outcomes that's immediate when I'm dishonest or irresponsible
2 days before getting arrested.
is that I send a message to myself that I am not able to be trusted. So I won't trust myself, and you should not trust me either.
Shit.
Because I don't have any problem lying to you. I don't have any problem dropping responsibility, which is also deception. It may not come to you and say, oh, you shouldn't trust me. However, that is an outcome. I am not worthy of trust.
Also, don't give me that bullshit that you had no idea what was going on when you're still in cahoots with Ruby as she's in prison. In a now deleted TikTok, a cellmate overheard a phone conversation between Ruby and Kevin.
Oh my god, this one is literally the nail in the coffin for Kevin.
They instructed their attorney to visit their residence and collect money hidden in the house. When the attorney arrived, the money was nowhere to be found, causing Ruby to panic about. So he is...
Yo, okay, so, okay. I want to explain this whole cellmate story. Yo, there's this one cellmate that came forward and said that, like, Ruby, like, I guess this person shared a cell with Ruby. Ruby didn't give two shits about the circumstances. Ruby didn't give two shits about what's happening. She only gave a shit about herself. And apparently she's still in contact with Kevin. And they both, like, and as he said, they both went on to the attorney shit, collect the money and shit. And Ruby didn't give two shits. Even in jail, Ruby's a pain in the ass. And there's also another thing that I might get into, that we're about to get into after this video's over.
To her, and he is still making calls to her while she's in prison. But you want to tell me that he had no idea about the abuse? Yeah, okay. Honestly, I think this one post that Shari made to her Instagram story says everything that you need to know about Kevin's involvement. Because she said Happy Father's Day to all of these men who she said were examples of what a father and a man should be. And that right there is all you need to know about the kind of person that Kevin is when he isn't even being included in a Happy Father's Day post. Kevin is just as guilty as Ruby is, and I also hope he gets sent to prison. And that's it.
So the idea is with wilderness therapy is if you can survive with these peers in the wilderness with nothing more than the clothes on your back and a couple of field supplies, then there's nothing in this world that you can't tackle.
Okay, well, that aged terribly. Oh shit, I also want to get into this one. This will be important later. But I also want to talk about this one right here. So, before Ruby's court day, before Ruby got, like, fucked in the ass in court.
Grammarly's 5 tips for
before Ruby got fucked in the ass in court, before the whole court day or the court hearing, Ruby made some god-fuck allegations against her own children. Ruby made some okay, this is the same person again. Ruby made some allegations against her children that they I'm gonna say it on YouTube since I'm on Twitch. SA'd, like, there's this guy, like, he said, like, one of her children was SAing people, like, he was SAing a fuck ton of people, like, literally Deshaun Watson moment here. Okay, maybe, okay, don't want to say that I'm not getting sued, but, like, I don't want to get sued, but holy shit, literally, he was, like, Ruby tried to paint his own child as a menace. A literal menace to society. Like, he called it like an SA'er. Like, he SA'd people. He SA'd him, her, SA'd everybody. Literally every person that walks, he was SAing. And also that he was watching, like, porn at age 3. She's gonna explain this.
Hildebrandt made their very first court appearance today in Utah at 1:30 p.m. Now, this was a very short hearing, and we didn't really get much information about it, because there will be another court hearing on September 21st. But here is what we did get out of it, which is Ruby accusing her children of abuse. Ruby Franke told the court that one of her 6 children had sexually abused at least 20 people, including siblings, cousins, and neighbors. And this is the
Yes, this is literally the first time we're hearing about this.
first time that you want to mention this. You wanted to wait until you were going to prison to say
Ruby homeschooled her youngest children. She didn't allow them to have devices or the internet, and the child was 3 years old.
something about what happened. I'm sorry, but that sounds incredibly fishy and suspicious to me. It's almost like she can't stand the thought of being the only one going to prison, so she has to drag one of her children down with her.
Dude, even in prison, Ruby is a pain in the ass. Like, Ruby is still abusing her kids in prison. Just think about that.
She also claimed that one of her children started watching pornography at 3 years old.
Like, why? Okay, why did you even mention this? Okay. I gotta get closer to this fucking mic because I want to make sure you hear me very good. Why do you choose to mention this now? Like, this doesn't make you look any good. This makes you 10 times worse than what you already are.
She says this like it's the child's fault. She says that as if the child is the one who's responsible.
Jesus Christ, that posture.
That's a 3-year-old that you're talking about, Ruby. If the 3-year-old is watching that on the internet, whose fault is that? That's yours. I also feel the need to mention that these kids literally don't have access to technology. They don't get access to the internet.
Really won't get anything for summer. I won't be able to go anywhere. No, I don't have any friends. No iPads, no TV, nothing.
Dude, that's sad. Holy shit.
If they do, it's supervised and then it's taken away from them once they deemed the child has had enough.
Worked hard. She started
We
her
already
own
saw this fucking clip.
3-year-old doesn't know any better. How is a 3-year-old going to type that sort of content up? They don't know what that is. So how are they going to get it up on the phone that you don't even let them have? If that was on the phone, it's because you put that there. Because neighbors who live...
Like, how was the child even able to watch it? Like, did he walk in on somebody doing it? Like, did he walk in on the dad, jacking it? And then he was like, ooh. Like, that's the fault of Ruby, and that's the fault of the parents if that shit's true. Because you didn't even get this guy help if he started essaying people.
Lived on this street were frequently calling CPS to the house. And they all breathed a collective sigh of relief when she was arrested. Did any of these neighbors accuse any of Ruby's children of this behavior? No, they did not. What they said is that they were worried that Ruby's children were going to come out of that house in body bags.
Dude, that's fucked. The fact that their neighbors were thinking that they were going to come out with body bags, that just speaks true to Ruby's character. Or that just speaks true to how much of a scumfuck loser Ruby is.
But something I think is important to mention is the fact that her definition of pornography is very skewed.
Hey, Grizzle says she said...
Oh, yeah. Maybe she said sexual... Oh, fuck. Maybe she said SA as in, like... Oh, like, tickling each other. Because her definition of porn is literally Flow Rider Row. Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. Got the whole squad looking at her. Jessica... Anyways, that's her definition of pornography. So what if, like, her definition of SA is literally, like, the kids, like, tickling each other or, like, tackling each other on the freaking ground, being kids or playing tag or some shit.
The long song Low by Flow Rider was P. Oh, yeah, I think you're right. So you're right. Maybe your definition is a little bit skewed.
Something?
Shout out to this guy, too. This guy's... Hold on.
Low by Flow Rider.
Yeah, shout out to this guy. This guy also... kind of drew me into the whole 8 Passengers lore. He's also been A-log in the 8 Passenger shit.
Was P. Oh, yeah, I think you're right. So you're right. Maybe your definition is a little bit skewed.
Something that the Dad Podcast Challenge also touched on is the fact that Jody and Ruby were wearing 2 completely different colored jumpsuits. And this was for a reason.
Oh, he was also in the freaking moon.
Red is must be escorted. Yellow is medical. Okay, interesting. Very interesting.
So Jody was wearing a red jumpsuit, and a
Look how sad Jody looks.
red jumpsuit is commonly worn by prisoners who have been designated as high security or maximum security inmates.
Dang.
She's done for.
She is done for. That's what I was about to say. Jody is literally fucked. In any way, like, in the ass. Like, she's probably gonna die in prison. Like, killed.
She's going to prison 100%. Ruby is as well, but she was wearing yellow. And a yellow jumpsuit means that the inmate is held on a medical hold. So she's most likely lashing out on other inmates. Jail documents showed that she had been moved from a holding cell where she would be joining the proceedings remotely and into a medical block at Purgatory Correctional Facility. Now, to me, this seems like she's going to try and plead some sort of mental illness. She's going to try and plead some form of insanity. Either to relinquish responsibility or so that she can lessen the punishment. But the good news is that both Jody and Ruby are
They're not getting out. I'm going to spoil it right here. They're not getting out. They're going to stay there. They're going to stay there at least until September 21st.
being held without bail.
Yeah, that's literally what I was. That's literally what I just said.
The judge ordered that Frankie will be held without bail. The question of whether she'd be released on her own reconnaissance surfaced earlier in the week when a court assessment was filed that recommended she be released and monitored pending trial. And in official court documents from the hearing, Jody is apparently suffering from a life-threatening medical condition.
Medical condition?
Now the defendant, by and through her attorney Douglas D. Terry, who hereby moves the court for an expedited detention hearing in this matter. This motion is made on the following grounds. Since being incarcerated in this case, defendant has experienced a life-threatening medical issue resulting in her hospitalization for several days. I don't believe that for a second. Jody has not experienced a life-threatening medical issue in the 6 days that she's been held. Both Ruby and Jody are playing the same card. I know for a fact that Jody said to Ruby, hey,
yo, there's no way Jody's gonna manipulate the courts. There's no way Jody's gonna manipulate this whole court system. If she does, if Jody ends up manipulating the whole court and ends up getting away with it, God, everybody in this situation deserves nothing good to ever happen to them, ever.
You should be put in medical hold. And then she took her own advice and decided to be like, oh, I've also got a life-threatening medical condition, so you can't really charge us. You can't throw us in prison.
They can still charge you. They're just gonna put you in a mental asylum.
That is exactly what's happening.
That's probably not. Don't quote me on that. That's probably not gonna happen. I'm no expert in this shit. But you're still getting charged either way, you fucking dumbasses.
Jody is a terrifying, powerful...
Yes, this person. How long is this video?
When was the last time?
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not watching that long of an interview. Okay, so this is Jody Hildbrandt's niece. And what happened is she did an interview and shit where she talked about Jody and how much of a person she was. She would literally take away joy from you. Like, I heard her say that she had long and beautiful hair that she loved. She loved her beautiful long hair. Then Jody decided to cut that shit off because she was like, fuck you, you don't deserve any happiness in your life. She also made her sleep in the goddamn snow. True, Jody is one fucked up individual. And she should be, like, in prison forever.
Convincing person that has a lot of influence, and a lot of people believe anything and everything that she says. She systematically destroyed my reputation and my credibility, and kind of used previous problems that I was facing as a teenager, being angry and sad and angsty, and capitalized on that as a reason that anything that I say is not true.
It's not gonna work. I hope they genuinely rot in prison for the rest of their lives, and that's all I have to say.
Same here. Oh, wait, it's over. Okay, whatever. Alright, so that was the serious allegation against the children. There was a Zoom meeting held when or at least you can get a glimpse of Chad here. There's the Dad podcast. Okay. There's Chad over there. And I guess these are the T channels waiting for this trial. There's the Dad podcast. And there's Chad. Yeah, everyone showed up. Yeah. Also, I want to address this real quick because I'm probably not, this is like the first and last time I'll ever mention it. Guys, what the fuck was that? You guys were literally about to ruin this whole entire court shit for the rest of us. We were about to see Ruby in a... This was before Ruby even entered. We were about to see Ruby in a goddamn jumpsuit. For the first time. We were about to see the whole charges. We were about to see everything. And you guys were literally almost about to ruin it for everybody. Like, this is why we can't get nothing good to ever happen to us. Because of shit like this. Okay, that was my little rant. Alright. Now, let's go back to one of the sisters. Yeah. This is Bonnie's second response. Remember Bonnie a couple hours ago? We mentioned her. Yeah, she has another response now.
When dry eye symptoms keep coming back.
Yeah, Bonnie made another fucking response to this whole shit show. Like, this is like her second response to this shit show. And I'm just in shock that I want to die.
This feels like a very impossible video to make. I know that my words will be used against me.
It's already been used against you, Bonnie. Don't. It's already used against you.
I also know that my words may help people understand me a little. I can only speak for myself, and I will only be speaking for myself, other than the judge has asked us not to speak on certain topics that I will not be touching on.
All right, that's fair.
What my family and I have gone through the last couple of weeks is the worst thing that has ever happened to us. It is, I spent the first week in complete shock, where I felt my body and my mind and my emotions were completely paralyzed because of the absolute shock of all of this. The more I learn, my feelings are turning more to anger. I am mad. I am mad
I think we all are, Bonnie.
at what has happened. I am beyond disgusted, and
Let's
I
get to the
feel
fucking
like
point. Jesus Christ.
it makes me tremble. It makes me tremble because it is unheard of. It's truly unbelievable. Something that I pride myself on, something that I enjoy doing, is being transparent. And I cannot be fully transparent with certain aspects of this. And if you don't understand that, then you don't understand how the system works.
I don't really.
The first thing that I want to say is that we have kept quiet for 3 years on the topic of our sister Ruby.
Are you going to explain why?
And Jody and Kevin.
Why?
And connections. Why? That is what we have stayed quiet about. We did not know what they were doing because, like we said, we were cut off. We did not have access to anyone. My thoughts towards Ruby and Jody and Kevin and connections is that it was all bullcrap. It was...
Just say bullshit. I mean, fuck. Like, I'll say it for you. This whole connection shit is bullshit.
It was complete indoctrination of this thing that they created. I don't agree with how extreme they are on everything. I knew they were weird. I knew that they were off. Those are the things that we kept quiet about, because what was I gonna say? What was I going to do? I was not gonna come out and publicly say that I don't like my sister and I don't like what she's doing and I think she's weird.
We kept quiet about them cutting us off because we didn't understand what they did, why they did it. Oh, that makes sense. So, like, they just randomly cut, but, like, you gotta at least, like, you could have at least, like, questioned them. Maybe you weren't allowed to contact them or something, but you could have at least questioned or thought of, what are they trying to hide from me?
That is what we kept quiet about. It wasn't until about a year ago when we were able to reconnect with Sherry. Again, we kept that quiet. We never came out and said anything. You guys saw us together, and those were little glimpses when Sherry was ready to allow us to show those glimpses with her permission. And it was then that we were learning slowly bits and pieces of more. And that's where the part of behind the scenes, we did everything that we could. We did everything legally that we could do. And for those that were saying that they'd go in and bust down doors and do whatever it took to end up in jail, they'd go in and bust down that we could do. And for those that were saying that they'd go in and bust down doors and do whatever it took to end up in jail.
Okay, yeah, I guess, okay, I'll give you that one. Fuck, I don't know how to explain it, but, like, busting down doors and shit, like, causing like, you're only making shit worse for yourself. Like, you're not gonna make things any better for yourself, you're just gonna make it worse. But again, I feel like you could have just called her out on your public platform and said something about it, and then you could have had, like, the whole entire internet riled up, and you could have had them on your side, and then you could have, got Ruby's kids from her, and it wouldn't have happened.
That we could do. We did everything legally that we could do. And for those that were end up in jail, because from
Okay, but I'll give you that one though.
jail, I can't do anything. So I still stand by what I said, is that I did everything that I could with the knowledge that I had and within the legal rights to Ruby and Kevin. The one person that could have done something within his legal right was Kevin. We had zero contact with him. It was Kevin's job to check in on things, and he did not. So when I say that Ruby and Kevin and Jody and Connections have been destroying our lives offline for the last 3 years, that is exactly what they've been doing, causing turmoil within our family. We would talk in circles because nothing made sense. Nothing made sense of what they were saying, of what they were doing. And it was off the wall. We couldn't make sense of what they were doing and why. And this is where my anger comes in. Their actions have cast the worst light on me, on other members of our family.
I mean, that is true, because ever since, let's look at the Bonnie channel. Let's see what she has, because people are saying that Bonnie is kind of like Ruby, but just not as bad. Like, she also, like, exploits her children in some way. But we're just gonna see, like, what she does upload. And fuck, my shit's getting slow because I've been streaming for too fucking long. Let's see. Cabinet time. Little boy. Busy mom of 5 takes my kids for the day. Alright, let's do the most popular, because those are the one that gets the most views. Halloween birthday, whatever the fuck. Operated on the wrong body part. Jesus. How to swiddle a baby. Jesus. School fight, lose tooth. Breaking the news to Olivia. Okay. 8-year-old deserves iPhone 14. Fuckery shits. Goddamn. Okay.
And I have decided that I am no longer allowing them to have any control over what I do. I didn't post because I physically couldn't. I physically could not turn my camera on. I physically could not come up with a structured thought in my mind. I felt completely out of my mind.
I'm out of my mind too. This shit's fucking pointless.
This has hurt every single person in our family. And watching it hurt my husband makes me mad. I have stood by Joel's side, building our home, and it sounds incredibly selfish to, given all the facts, be thinking of our house. But also, I have watched him put his heart and soul and every waking minute for the last couple of years on this project, and I will not allow Ruby and Kevin and Jody and Connections to take away one more thing. And so we wake up in the morning, we take our kids to school, and we come and we work on the house, and in the meantime and in between, we do everything that we can to be involved, but there is only so much that we're allowed to do. So you better believe that for my husband, we will push forward. We will move on. Not because it feels good in any way. It feels horrible. It feels horrible coming into the house and working on things.
It feels horrible too to cut off like your sister, someone that you've known since childhood or since birth. Or something you've known, yeah, since their birth or some shit like that. And to the point like where they're like in jail, and the guilt you feel like not helping out these kids. I feel it, but like I feel like you still could have. Oh my god, I fucking hate my life. I hate myself.
And even thinking of anything else, all while every news outlet, every national news outlet, people coming out of the woodworks making claims that are just so beyond ridiculous that there is no comment. It is so stupid that there is no comment. 3 years ago, Ruby and Kevin cut our family off, and eventually they cut Kevin's family off as well. And I thought that was going to end my mom.
What?
She literally had a heart attack. She went into kidney failure. Her body was shutting down because it broke her. So you can only imagine what she is going through now.
Yeah, the mom's going through it, dude.
All feeling now. And I'll only speak for myself, but Ruby and Kevin are not where my concern lies anymore. So it is difficult to have the blame put on us when these are not the actions of us. These are not the actions that we did. I get people wanting to put blame somewhere. I do. They want to blame someone. There's only one person that could have helped, and he didn't. What he was doing all that time when him and Ruby were separated is beyond me. I will not let Ruby and Kevin and Connections and Jody take one more.
Connections and Jody are probably fucked. Connections is fucked. Jody is long gone in prison. Ruby as well. Kevin is Kevin doing fuck stuff.
Thing away from me. So you better believe I will continue to post, because if that is what tiny control I have left, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take control, and that is not a comforting feeling. I feel good to not know what's ahead. That is not a comforting feeling. I'm not even trying to find comfort at this point. I am focused on putting one foot in front of the other, 1 hour at a time, not even a day at a time, 1 hour at a time. I am focusing on what I can control, which is the environment that I have for my children. And that is the only thing that gets me up and out of bed every day, is my 4 children. So I will continue doing what I have always done, which is putting my kids and Joel first, and helping in any way that I possibly can outside of that. I am not my sister. I am not my sister's mistakes.
Well, that was a sad video from Bonnie. Another sister came out. This is the last one, and then I am done with this shit. I'm going to bed after this shit, cause golly. But this is another video made by the other sis. Fuck. Yo. Well, this has gotten awkward. I mean, I'm beginning to, you know, I am a huge fan, but I think your sister's actions are dumb, and I think your sister is a piece of shit. Wait. Bruh. She has a husband, bruh? She has a husband? Gosh, bro. He looks like a nice guy.
I'm speaking today about...
Alright, enough bullshit. That was just something I wanted to do. Don't know why, but it was something. Alright, let's see what she has to say.
I'm speaking today about my sister Ruby Franke, who was arrested a few weeks ago for child abuse. By now, you probably know that. You also probably have seen my sister Bonnie's video.
Yeah, her video was shit.
About to post a video yesterday or today, and just couldn't bring myself to do it. I've been trying to gather my thoughts for several weeks, and I don't think I'm ever going to have my thoughts completely put together here, because it's involved so many people. There's so many little details. I am not going to be a news update. I will not update you on news. I will not give all of the little nitty-gritty details. I know I don't need to sit here and defend myself. I know I don't need to go into the history of what has happened. So we'll see where this...
Yeah, because Bonnie went through all of it for me.
Goes and how much I get into, but the past few weeks have been extremely hard. Not only did all that happen with Ruby, but I had just moved to a new state, and Landon had to go back to Utah to finish up his dissertation for his degree, and so I've been settling into a new home with the kids without his help, and all of this fell down. So I literally have not had the physical or emotional capacity to address anyone, nor do I need to address anyone, but here we are. 3 years ago, Ruby, everything was great. It seemed to be fine anyway. We were a typical family. She was getting some therapy counseling because their family needed it, which I think is great. However, I think you need to get it from a great source. Read the reviews.
And Jody was her source.
Hildebrandt and her website or therapy style, I don't know what you want to call it, connections, was not a great resource. And we all
No, it sucked cock.
we all felt weird about this Jody lady. We weren't comfortable with it. We didn't like it. We didn't like the teachings Ruby was.
Bro, even Ruby's family saw the red flags into Jody. Let that sink in.
Bringing to the family functions, and we were this close to telling her, if you
To
come
fuck
to our
off. Telling her to fuck off.
family events anymore, we do not want to hear what you were learning through connections because we don't like it. We never did say that to her, but we thought it.
No, it's okay. I don't want to say it.
Anyway, so 3 years ago, Ruby and I hung out bottling tomatoes, and then a few weeks later, crap hit the fan, and she left the family.
Shit hit the fan. Just say shit hit the fan. Shit hit the fam.
Tomatoes, and
I'll
then
say
a few
for
weeks
you.
later,
I mean, I'll say anything. Shit hit the fam, okay.
crap hit the fan,
Shit
and
hit the
she
fan.
left the family. And she didn't
She
even call me to say, hey, you know, Julie, you're doing this and this, I don't like it, you're living your life in distortion.
Her name's Julie. Okay. I need to stop. Stop. Fuck. Goddamn.
And so I'm going to have to take some time away from you.
Ah,
No, literally
damn.
nothing. She did call my mom and yelled at my mom on the phone for 45 minutes and accused her of things that were not true. It was
Damn. Okay. Ruby is a piece of fucking shit. To her own fucking mother.
almost as if Ruby had been making up memories from her childhood. She was trying to grab at anything she could, and she would exaggerate on everything. So she started all of her
Really thinking about that as an adult is insane.
lies back then, lying to everyone in her life, getting rid of all of her friends and family, and I literally had no contact with her. She wouldn't respond to any texts or emails over the time that I tried reaching out to her. Never got a response from her. So I was very fortunate to have been able to reach out to her daughter Sherry once she was an adult, and we were able to form a really close, strong relationship, which I am grateful for. And it was then that I learned more about Ruby, and it was then that Sherry had learned about lies that had been told to her. I feel like me and my other sisters have said, we feel like we've just been kind of floating on a cloud here these past few weeks. We are in complete shock still as to what she had done, because we had no idea of what was happening. Basically, I'm here to say that I had no idea what was happening. Like Bonnie mentioned in her video, we are not going to let Ruby destroy another thing in our lives.
Oh, you're talking about the second one. Oh, that was still shit too.
Have our platforms where we try and bring brightness and positivity into other people's lives, and that is why we didn't talk about.
Oh yeah, sure. Cause literally. Actually, what the fuck do you post? The Daru family. I have shit Wi-Fi. It's not my Wi-Fi. It's my fucking. It's because I'm streaming. If I wasn't streaming, this would go a lot faster. What are most popular videos? I don't see that one. First time getting your ears pierced. Yeah, because, hey Jimmy Kimmel, I ate my kid's Halloween candy. Yeah, that's some shit.
Ruby in our content for the past 3 years. Yeah, we try and show the highs and lows of everyday family and parenting, but Ruby's topic was not supposed to be part of that content. And it was none of your business. It was nothing that we needed to talk about. And I wasn't sure if her kids were maybe still watching these videos, and I didn't want to be not tactful and slander their mom and then have them watch those videos. That didn't sound like a nice thing to do either. And so That is another reason why we didn't talk about the subject of Ruby for the past few years on my channel. However, as far as my platforms go, I do want to continue them, but the content will probably look a little bit different. I have some pre-recorded videos before all of this fell apart that I will be posting, and then after those videos, I
Bet it probably won't change.
will probably just shift my content a little bit, and it'll be a little different, but I will still be here posting probably once a week instead of twice a week like I had been. And I hope you guys stick around. Those followers who have been following me for years saw past all of this. You are here to support and love no matter what. The people who came here to my comment section with negativity and attack were probably people that didn't even know who we were. And so I know not to take offense to all of that, even though it was still really hard to see and hear.
Oh, well, I appreciate you not taking offense to the shit I said about your sister. I mean, both of them.
Hear all of the negativity.
Shit.
So if you have been a long-time viewer and you have stuck around, thank you so much for your love and support.
Oh,
And
no problem. I appreciate
if
it.
you are new to my channel, welcome.
Okay, I am not. Okay. Ooh, she says welcome? Okay, I'm being a fucking sim. I do not like my life right. I don't like myself right now. I don't like what the status of myself right now. Jesus Christ, 3 hours. That was a long one. Alright, so that was 8 passengers in a nutshell. Jody needs to be in prison, locked up forever. Ruby needs to be in prison, locked up forever. Kevin should be in prison. I don't know why he isn't. Kevin shouldn't get custody of the kids. The kids should have a better life than this shit. I feel bad for those fucking kids. The reason why I did YouTube, because I did YouTube as a hobby. I loved doing YouTube as a freaking hobby. But these kids were doing YouTube as like a job, some sort of shit. I did YouTube because I loved doing it and I saw some of my favorite YouTubers do it, so I wanted to join along. But these guys, the 8 passengers shit, golly, it's insane. This is probably worse than Daddy-O5. Remember Daddy-O5 back in the day? Daddy-O5 would literally abuse his kids mentally by doing really cruel pranks to the kids, to the point where Daddy-O5 actually lost his lost custody of his adopted children. Daddy-O5 was one of the worst family channels to ever exist until now. Right now, my top 3 worst family channels are probably the 8 passengers. They just made the top with this news development. Daddy-O5 and I don't know, the Ass Family maybe. Anyways, that's 8 passengers in a nutshell. Everyone needs to go to prison. Everybody needs to be locked up and thrown and throw the key and never be seen again.